As he swings and cranks this deep out to left field, Kennelly back, he's out of room, it is gone. Swing, this one's popped up out to right field, fairly deep. Boyarski back into the corner, this one's gone. Question about this one, deep out to right field, kiss it goodbye. Friday, robbed of a homer earlier, and now a moonshot out to deep right. Congratulations to Antonis Macias.
Excited that dugout is. Look how excited he is. That is genuine happiness.
Great scenes from last night's 10-2 Melbourne Aces win over Perth. Antonis Macias with his first ever home run as a professional baseball player. Welcome to the Brick Lane pregame show. I'm Ed White. Alongside me, of course, Max Tanzer, the voice of the Melbourne Aces. And Max, the operative word from yesterday was hot. The Aces bats on fire, 17 hits, 4 home runs, what a night.
Absolutely. Those 17 hits, just 4 shy of the single-game franchise record. First time they've notched that many hits since 2020-21. Talking about Antonis Macias, what a moment. But what a moment it was, too, for Arturo Diasa and Greg Bird. We preluded the game yesterday talking about this home run race. Well, the Aces took full possession back. Diasa and Bird atop of the league with their 5 long balls this year. That race is just heating up, and it's been really entertaining.
A lot of fun to watch. Chris Burke there, too. I don't think he'll be in the home run race, but he got on the board yesterday as well. But of course, the pitching was also impressive. Sean Mormando, 6 great innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks. He was instrumental in that victory, and the Aces are going to need that again tonight from another pitcher.
Absolutely, against a good Perth offense. Jonathan Tripp getting the start. It was a tough outing for him, got roughed up a bit last weekend in Sydney, but difficult circumstances given the fact that there was so much rain. It was going up and down, and his warm-ups wasn't quite sure when the game was actually starting. So I know rain's in the forecast here tonight, but hopefully a little bit of a smoother entry into the game this season.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't affect him the way it did last week. That was a really difficult situation for him to be in. Perth will rebound. We know that. They're a good hitting team. They lead the ABL in home runs. So another challenge tonight for the Aces in Game 2 of this series.
Should be a good one. Aces and the Heat just about ready to get things going right after this. Center field, Warner back at the track, kiss it goodbye.
Hit hard by George, deep center field. Back goes Robson, that's out of here! Daryl George over the center field wall.
Third base shot, charging his spears, bare hand throw, what a hit by Diasa. Center field and two. Kick back at the track, it is gone!
Oh!
History for Greg Bird, his 3rd homer of the night. Here's the 1-2 again. Swing, and this one's belted way back in the left field. There's no question. Way back, way out of here for Arturo Diasa. His first homer is an 8th. How about some Friday Night Baseball live here from Melbourne Ballpark? Round 4, Game 2 between the Aces and the Perth Heat. Welcome to the ballpark. I'm Max Tanzer, joined alongside Ed White, as always, as we continue to bring you coverage of this series. Ed, it was an explosive performance for the Aces last night, as we just discussed on the pregame show. A 10-2 win helps the Aces get back on track. They're now 5-6. Perth dropping to 7-6. Again, we'll see with the weather a little bit cooler. Maybe the ball's not flying as much. What we'll see tonight.
Yeah, absolutely right, Max. It's great to be back after that remarkable game last night. Pretty quick game as well, too. So it had a little bit of everything if you're an Aces fan especially. But
Also, a shout-out tonight to people in WA listening, Perth Heat fans. I know you wouldn't have been happy with that performance yesterday, but you kind of ran into a buzzsaw, let's be honest. Everything went really well for the Aces, so I do expect a good club like Perth to rebound in this game tonight.
We talked about the Aces notching 17 hits yesterday. Well, the Heat picked up 17 hits themselves on Sunday in their win over in Adelaide. So, again, this is a Perth offense that's capable of big things. If you go back to even the numbers before this series, Perth led the league in home runs, and they still do. So plenty of pop in this offense. Will be a tough task and a tough lineup for right-hander Jonathan Tripp to navigate here. Like a game 2 of this 4-game set, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start things off for the Aces. Not too much at all different as the Aces look to keep things going offensively. Leading things off is always in center field, Aaron Whitefield after a 3-hit day yesterday. Jared Dale, the shortstop, will bat second right behind him, back into that 2 spot after being promoted yesterday. Robbie Glendinning in the 3-hole, single to right yesterday, will bat third. Greg Bird, tied for the league lead in homers, will clean things up in the DH spot. He's knotted with Arturo Diasa, who also homered yesterday. He bats fifth at first base. Daryl George, the star Melbourne ace, will bat sixth at third base. Antonis Macias, after his first professional home run last night, bats seventh at second. The switch-hitting catcher Mitchell Edwards will bat eighth behind him. He had 3 hits yesterday. Chris Burke, he also sent one deep. Will round out the 9 in left field. And on the mound for the Aces will be right-hander Jonathan Tripp after what was a dominant performance from Sean Moramando yesterday. So the Aces, as you can see, we have a performance on the field. They're getting things ready to go. The fans filed in as we take a look at our weather report brought to you by Vibrant Services. 23 degrees Celsius here as we approach a little bit of a delayed 7:15 first pitch. Winds at 19 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, it was a very strange day today. Meant to be really hot. It didn't really sort of evolve. It didn't turn into that when he got out here to the ballpark. It was very cloudy. Then the rain set in. So as you mentioned, a little bit of a delay. The tarps have been out, I would say, for an hour at least, maybe a little bit more. So the field should be in good shape. Hopefully it won't be any more rain, or if it is, it's just a tiny little bit.
Yeah, it was never overpowering rain or anything that was too threatening, more so just little drizzles.
Irritating. It was irritating rain.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look and introduce you to the lineup for the Perth Heat, announced by manager Andy Kyle in his 7th season at the helm of the club. A couple different changes for them as we get a look at their starting 9. Leading things off, Fumiya Kurokawa at third base, as he did lead off yesterday. One of the all-time greats here in the ABL, if not the great. Tim Kennelly will bat second in left field. John Diaz promoted to the 3 spot. He'll bat third in center field. Alex Hall, 4 homers to his name, entered the series, tied with Bird and Diesel for the league lead. He'll clean things up in the DH spot after catching. Ulrich Boyorski, after 3 hits, finishing a triple shy of the cycle and a 2-run shot. He'll bat 5th in right field. Had batted 7th yesterday. Jake Bowie at first base will hit 6th. Anderson Delgado gets the start behind the plate, a new addition into the lineup. Carlos Colmenares at short bats 8th, and Jess Williams will round out the 9 at second base. And on the mound for the Heat, Jung-Hae Won. So should be a good one here today as we get you set. Fans filed in, enjoying some snacks, listening to a little rendition of Got a Good Feeling. Got a good feeling it's going to be a good ball game tonight.
I hope so, yeah, absolutely right. Festive atmosphere here. You see Maverick out there with the Aces cheer squad as well. Fans here who've, it must be, I think the rain probably has stopped because you see a lot more people sitting out in the bleachers in the stands. You see some of the Perth Heat players grooving to the music.
They're enjoying it. Well, let's break down tonight's starter for the Aces, right-hander Jonathan Tripp. We touched on it a little bit in the open. It was a tough outing for Jonathan his last time out. That was in Sydney as the fireworks go off over the batter's eye in center field. We got fireworks post-game as well. If you take a look at the line, 3 1/3 of an innings worked, 7 runs, all of them earned, 7 hits, 1 strikeout through about 55 pitches or so. Aces are taking the field, but for Jonathan Tripp, it was a tough situation to inherit when you're getting up, you're thinking you're going to start what would be game 2 of a doubleheader, and then due to the continued rain in the forecast, that game was eventually postponed to the next day, and then he starts game 2 of the doubleheader after that. Pitchers are creatures of habit, Ed.
Yep.
And it probably threw him off a little bit, having gotten up to warm up the night before and then having to pitch again the next day.
Yeah, and then you show up here tonight and you see it's raining, and you go, oh, no, here we go again. But I think this won't be as tricky as it was last time out for him, that's for sure. It's going to be interesting to see Perth really struggled. The top of their first 3 batters yesterday, 0 for 12 with 5 strikeouts. Now that's been shifted a little bit because Alex Hall's been dropped to 4 and John Diaz has been brought up to 3rd. But I don't expect guys like Kennelly and Alex Hall to go 0 for 4 again tonight. So a challenge for Tripp against these guys. They're going to look to rebound.
This is a Perth team that leads the league in homers. They have 14 this year. Right behind them, the Aces with 13. Now, both of these teams are very aggressive. They love to swing the bat. Bottom of the league in walks. Not that they haven't been walking, but compared to their counterparts, not as much. And so we'll see how much Jonathan Tripp wants to fill up the strike zone or maybe try to expand upon the edges and try to get guys to chase again. Sean Moramando struck out 8 batters yesterday. That was a season high for him. This is a Perth team that has struck out 130 times as an offense. That's the most of any team in the ABL this year. A look at Jonathan Tripp's line so far this season, an ERA just a couple ticks north of 7. This will be his 4th start. 14 innings of work, 13 strikeouts to 3 walks, so he does like to fill it up. The right-hander out of Lancaster, Ohio in the United States, 30 years old. Spent this season with the Cleveland Railroaders in the American Association and made 20 outings, 19 starts, an ERA at 2.97. So don't let that ERA up above 7 fool you. Again, it's much inflated due to what was hopefully an outlier of an outing against the Sydney Blue Sox.
Aces in the field, Chris Burke in left field, Aaron Whitefield in center. Robbie Glendenny continues to play in the outfield with Jared Dale at short. So Daryl George at 3rd. Dale is at short, Macias at 2nd, and Diesla at 1st. That's been a great little combination. Mitch Edwards behind the plate again.
Mitch Edwards has been a stalwart all season long as well behind the plate. He's played every game. You don't see that every day from your backstops. Well, here's Fumiya Kurokawa, the 3rd baseman, to lead things off. Tripp fires, and the first pitch is slashed out to left field. Burke, over towards the line, is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out, and we are underway here in Melbourne at 7:20.
That's the way to start off a game.
1 pitch, 1 out. Take a deep breath, and here you go. Welcome to baseball here on this Friday night, a fireworks night here at the ballpark as well. The fans continuing to file in, enjoying that little pregame concert, and a good crowd on hand tonight, especially given the inclement weather so far. Here's Tim Kennelly, first pitch from Tripp. Fastball right over the heart of the plate, a strike, 0-1. Your umpires tonight, Jeff Dunn calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Takuya Mizuguchi moves over to first after manning the plate yesterday. Casey Cook at 2nd and Taro Maruyama over at 3rd. 0-2 the count now on Kennelly. I'm sure for Tripp, too, maybe pitching with a little bit of vengeance, maybe a chip on his shoulder, trying to rebound here. This is his first start at home since Game 2 of Round 1, where he was very solid over 4 2/3 frames versus the Cavalry. Here's his 0-2. Buried for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kennelly was 0 for 4 yesterday. Just hitting a smidge north of the Mendoza line entering play this evening. 1-2. Check swing, and it's fouled straight back. Just got a piece. A little fooled right there.
I think you make a good point about how the ball's going to travel and be played. Virtually no wind here tonight, which also made it hard to kind of figure out where the weather was coming from and going to. But it'll be interesting to see if the ball flies the way it did yesterday. I doubt it will.
1-2. Strike 3 called. He got him looking. Kennelly didn't like it, but Tripp, he'll take it. 2 up, 2 down in quick fashion. Get another look. A little late arm side run, and it sneaks across that outside corner.
Kennelly's like, hey, I'm a veteran. I've been here 14 years. Come on, give me something.
So 2 up, 2 down. Here's John Diaz, the Tampa Bay Rays prospect. First pitch is rolled foul, and they're aggressive out of the gate, as expected here against Tripp.
Made a couple of nice plays in center field yesterday, Diaz.
He did. Was 1 for 4 at the plate as well. Up into the 3 spot after cleaning up yesterday. Next pitch is down and away. Count leaving up at 1-1. For Tripp, it's a sinker, cutter, curveball, changeup mix. 1-1. Strike called, 1-2. Here's the arm side run again. Tripp ready, the pitch. Ring him up, strike 3 called. That sinker tying up the Heat and knots here to open up the first inning. Tripp faces the minimum as we head to the bottom of the first. No score. The Aces will swing the sticks for the first time tonight when we come back.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
And we welcome you back here to Melbourne Ballpark. A scoreless, breezy first inning for Jonathan Tripp as he racks up 2 punch-outs and faces the minimum. A look at Jung Hae Won, the right-hander, product of the NC Dinos organization in the KBO. Just 19 years old, a 6-foot right-hander, making his 4th outing of the season here in terms of the ABL. And he's been really good so far, Ed.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing him. A lot of plaudits, a lot of raps on him, and he looks like a real legit sort of pitcher. So really interested in watching him.
11 2/3 of innings work in a 3.86 ERA, 7 strikeouts so far here in the ABL season. Did get a little bit in trouble in terms of command last Sunday at Adelaide. 4 2/3, allowed 3 runs, all of them earned, but did walk 5 hitters. So for an Aces team that only walked once yesterday, hasn't particularly been putting up the free pass numbers. We'll see if they're a little more patient with the wet surroundings, too. Maybe a little bit harder command-wise for both sides. That was why it was such a good sign to see Tripp filling up the zone so effectively.
Yeah, it's a great point. With that wet ball, you just never know.
So Aaron Whitefield in to lead things off, and he quietly had a really productive day yesterday. 3 hits, all of them singles, as he played table setter for an Aces lineup that was firing on all cylinders. We'll see who we get today. First pitch is right over the heart of the plate as we begin the bottom of the first.
No control problem with that first pitch.
Yeah, that will do.
That was a beauty.
That's got to be the worst feeling up there on the mound, where it's wet. There's more intensity about sticky substances now. 0-1. It's lined out to deep right field with some slice. Boyarsky will play spectator as it slices out of play.
We did have a few people question the pronunciation of Boyarsky. We did, again, if you hadn't heard, we went to the source. We asked him. He said Boyarsky.
Unless he was messing with
Unless he was messing with it, but I don't think he was. So I guess that would how it would be, traditionally pronounced. But anyway, he's been Boyarsky for a long time. So when he said it, I thought, all right, we'll go with it. Anyway, you know who we're talking about, especially when he goes 3 for 3.
0-2. Inside, 1-2 to count. He had such a good day.
Sure did, and Rod Macias at the home run as well.
He did it all. Triple shy of the cycle, and the homer was just a rocket. It was maybe a foot over the wall. Didn't get that high off the ground. 1-2. Swing and a foul straight back. Just got a piece. Still 1-2. Touched on it yesterday, but Boyarsky, one of the 11 players that represented Australia here between the two teams in this series in the Premier 12. He hit a homer in that tournament against Japan, so he's continuing to supply the pop here. 1-2 is outside. Count will leave it up.
Good eye there from Whitey.
This game number 8 for Aaron, hitting .379. Has driven in a run as well. He's picked up a hit in every game except one. That was the one that snapped the 20-game hit streak. 2-2. Breaking ball, backs up and misses inside. Count runs full.
That's 2 pitches there that you might be tempted to swing on. That one that was just outside and that one, and both balls. So again, very good eye from Aaron.
3-2, swinging a ground ball sharply, stabbed to short. Nice stop by Colmenares. His throw is wide, though, and Whitefield will beat it out. We'll see what they rule that, but either way, a free chance for the Aces.
It's a really sharply hitting ball and a nice backhand from Colmenares, but really nice scoop. Turns sort of in his haste, I guess, because he knows Whitefield's pretty fast. Pulls Bowie off first base.
I almost looked like he double clutched a tad, too.
Or had trouble getting it out or something. Yeah.
And so maybe to your point about Whitefield's speed, just decided to chuck it and see if he could get it over there.
Has been ruled an error, by the way, Max.
So that'll be an E6 on the shortstop, Colmenares. Here's Jared Dale up in the 2 spot for the second consecutive night after batting in the bottom third of the lineup over his previous 3 games. Good day for him yesterday. Picked up a couple of hits. First pitch.
You can bat him anywhere, Max.
Yeah, yes,
you can bat Jared Dale anywhere.
He's a catalyst in this lineup.
Absolutely. Has been for a long time.
6 for 14 over his first 4 games of the year. Led the team in hitting last year as well. Whitefield goes, the 0-1, a strike, throw down to second on a hop, not in time. There's the first stolen base of the year.
You got it.
Number 90 in the career of Whitefield as well. The first ABL player to ever reach the 90 stolen base plateau. Of course, he's the all-time stolen base leader.
Should stop the game and give him something, shouldn't we?
Give him the bag.
Give him the bag.
Yeah. After all the delays, I think that both teams would like to avoid that. 0-2 the count on Dale as the pitch was called a strike. Whitefield in scoring position after reaching on the air. 0-2. Fastball, called strike 3. No argument from Dale, and a big strikeout for Juan.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch. No doubt about it.
Take another look right here.
Yeah, that's just freezes him.
A little bit of a short arm delivery, too. He just slings it in there. Probably sneaks up on you a little bit. Juan, a 7th-round draft pick of the Dinos in 2024. Here's Glendening, first pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, 0-1.
Glendening did have a hit yesterday. He's 1 for 5, but he struck out a couple of times. So just didn't quite look in the groove yesterday, but did get that 1 hit.
And it's a single in the scorebook, but it was a rocket off the base of the wall and right.
Correct.
Hit it too hard. 0-1 is taken outside. Count evens up. Glendening with 3 runs batted in so far this year. In fact, drove in a run in his first at-bat of the year. That was back in Brisbane a couple weeks ago. Whitefield ready to get off to the races. The 1-1. Swing and it's top spin foul. 1-2.
Yeah, just got out ahead of that. Got a real good piece of it.
Good to see a meeting at the mound here between Delgado and Juan. And it's been interesting as we see Translator come out now as well. Delgado's body language behind the plate has been very noticeable early on with Juan. And I think a lot of it is just maybe location.
Well, you've got Korean pitcher, Venezuelan, I believe, catcher. So, right, there could be some communication issues as well, right? You just never know. Delgado is a 20-year-old Venezuelan behind the plate. So you got the translator out there as well, too.
Product of the Tampa Bay Rays system. Again, a partnership with the Rays organization in Perth. And I even noticed it when one of the breaking balls backed up a little bit towards the arm side. That was ball 3, I believe, to Whitefield. And you could see him just try to communicate, finish, bring the ball to me. Because it was almost maybe slipping out a little bit. Here's the 1-2. Whitefield takes off for third. The pitch inside. Throw hits Whitefield to the foot. And he'll hold there with stolen base number 91. And if it weren't for his foot, that might be in left field, and he might have scored.
I was worried because it was a breaking ball. I thought he was going to have a chance here to get him, but that was an errant throw.
Got him in the hip, it actually looked like.
I think he's all right. He's tough. He grew up playing rugby league. He's a tough guy.
So it took him 7 games. This is game number 8 for him to get that first stolen base, and now he's got another. 90 feet away. 2-2 the count here on Glendinning. Infield back, so they'll exchange an out for a run here. Pitch. Straight back. Glendinning stays alive.
Yeah, it'd be nice to push a run across here if you're John Deeble. Get a runner all the way to third. Just one out. You want to get him around.
Getting the lead early is huge, especially after a series in Sydney where they only led once or twice. It was twice in that series, both early in those games. 2-2. Popped up foul down the right field line. Boyarski out of room. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. They led on the Macias double in the first inning, and then the game was suspended, and then when they loaded the bases and scored one on the Diesla RBI single in Game 3, and then they would surrender that and trail for the rest of the game. 2-2. Swing and a miss. A nasty splitter right there gets Glendinning to swing over the top for out number 2. That was filthy.
Yeah, sure was.
A big out that keeps Whitefield at third base. Oh.
Yeah, that's a special pitch, isn't it?
Just racing in underneath his hands towards his kneecaps. So 2 down now, and here's Greg Bird. 5 homers, tied for the league lead. Check over the first base, and if you're Juan and you're being introduced to Aaron Whitefield's game for the first time, I don't blame you stepping off right there. The third baseman at Caracabo way off the bag as well. So
he's halfway down the base path to home.
Pitch to Bird. Taken down and away for ball 1.
He scores on a wild pitch, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Now, when there's an equation to steal home, which, again, it's almost never seen, there's a couple of things you look for. 1, this, third baseman off the bag. 2, left-handed hitter up to give you a lane. 1-0 is taken for a strike, 1-1. The other third part of that equation is a left-handed pitcher on the mound who's not staring straight at you.
Yep.
But you got the righty here. So 2 of the 3. Maybe Aaron, with his base-running prowess, would want to give it a shot. 1-1. Strike called 1-2. On top of that, though, you have your best hitter at the plate.
True.
Bird going to have to protect infield, swung around towards his pull side. 1-2. Swing and a little looper, shallow center. Could be trouble. Diaz racing in. It's down for an RBI base knock. Whitefield can walk home from third, and the Aces for the second consecutive night push across a run in the first inning.
Yeah, it's a big hit from Greg Bird. Not among his most powerful swings or hits, but it doesn't matter because it drove that run, and here we'll get a look at it. He said protect, and it's kind of what he was doing, and he ends up dropping that into center field for an RBI single.
He's had so many barreled up baseballs, you have to play in deep, and then all of a sudden opens up some green out there to loop one in. Here's another dangerous bat, Arturo Diasa, as there's a check over to first base. So an RBI for Bird, that's his 11th. As Bird and Diasa continue to play tag in the Triple Crown categories this year. Pitch. Taken all the way for a strike, 0-1. Diesla's tied for the league lead in homers and hits and runs batted in. He leads the league with his 300 or 386 batting average, I should say. Here's the 0-1. Down low, count evens up.
Yeah, he's just tearing it up, isn't he? He really is.
He's so fun to watch. Very calm, cool, and collective, too. Juxtaposing an explosive swing. And we mean it when we say explosive. Not just because he hits the ball hard. 1-1. There's one of them fouled off to the left side, 1-2. He was 2 for 5 yesterday. Also lined a double into the gap in left center field.
Got to be alert if you're in the dugout. We saw that last night.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Line shot right at Declan Spears and that hit that water bottle.
It wasn't Declan's water bottle.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be a little investigation into that.
1-2. Swing and a line drive. Hooked foul. Count holds.
He just happened to be near it.
It was hanging out there, and then no one brought it home with them after the game. It was left.
It was just sitting there, so I went out and grabbed it, man. So just let it get a souvenir, get a photo of it.
Declan Spears took a photo with it today as well. It's like Captain America's shield in his hand. 1-2. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. It's fair, and it's trickling towards the left field corner. Bird will race into third. Disla turning on the Jets. Racing for 2. He slides, and he's safe. Arturo Diasa can do it all. He can hit a ball 450 feet, and he can show off the speed racing into second with a 2-out double.
We talked about that yesterday. He does have deceptive speed. This is just a rope down the line. Look at that hit.
Look at the plate coverage, too. A breaking ball down and away, and he somehow finds a way to turn it around with authority.
It's a nice play by Kennelly with a quick turn and throw to second, which I think maybe surprised Diesel a little bit, but didn't matter. He got under it and is safe, and here we go now.
So Bird at third, Diesel at second, and here's Mr. Ace Daryl George. Looking for his first run batted into the year. Good spot. First pitch, down and away, ball 1. Talked about it yesterday, but George 1 homer shy of the Aces' all-time franchise record, currently tied with Brad Harmon. Both have 39 apiece. Aces already lead by 1 on the RBI single from Bird. 1-0. Breaking ball finds the front door, 1-1.
40's just got a nice round number feel to it, doesn't it? 40 career home runs.
It's a beautiful number. And I'm sure if you're Daryl George, thinking about 50 in the back of your head at one point.
Let's get him to 40 first.
1-1. Outside, 2-1. We haven't talked to Daryl about it, but I'm sure when that number is in the back of your head, you got to be so mentally tough not to think about it. Just go up there and keep your same approach, and it'll come. Ahead in the count, 2-1, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another sweeping breaking ball, 2-2. A lot of off-speed offerings from Juan in this inning. We've seen the splitter, and now the breaking ball a couple of times. This will be pitch number 31 for him. It's been a gauntlet, this frame for him.
Yeah, it's a big inning.
2-2 the count. Pitch. Swing, and George just got a piece.
The tiniest little piece.
Somehow, some way, 2-2 still. Get another look. Oh. Breaking ball again, and the reason why it's so hard to lay off that is because he's got the splitter, which breaks the opposite direction, could sneak back across the outside corner, and his fastball's got some arm side run with that 3/4 delivery. Deuce is running wild, 2 on, 2 down, the 2-2. Pounded foul. A long at-bat here from Daryl George.
That's good. Glendenning had a long at-bat as well, getting, the more pitches that Juan throws, the better for the Aces.
A key part of the game yesterday for Perth was starter Tucker Smith getting into the 7th inning.
Yeah, very impressive, actually.
After giving up about 7 runs over the first 3 innings, was able to dial it in and give the Heat some length. Juan will now step off.
Yeah, it's that worry in that opening game. If it's a big score, you don't want to run through too many pitchers. So Andy Kyle was able to avoid that scenario.
Pitch number 33 for Juan. Swing and a line drive right into the kitchen of Karokawa, who doesn't have to move a step to snatch it out of the air to end the inning. Aces do push across one, though, on the RBI single from Greg Bird. A run, 2 hits, an error, and a couple runners left on. We get to the top of the second. 1-0 Melbourne here on Aces TV. Echoing throughout the ballpark here as Jonathan Tripp continues to throw his warm-up pitches. It was a quick 10-pitch first inning for him, and he'll look to replicate that here after watching his counterpart throw over 30 pitches in the first inning. But you got to give credit to Jung-Hae Wong to dial it in and limit the damage to that one run.
Yeah, certainly a couple of really nasty pitches there, striking out Dale and Glendenning, and then the flip side of that, though, is the Aces hit the ball hard. George, that shot to third. Diesla ripped that shot down to left field. So good signs if you're an Aces fan at the moment.
Alex Hall, the switch hitting catcher, to lead things off. First pitch from Tripp. Strike at the knees, 0-1. Hall swinging from the left side after the left-handed starter, Mormando, yesterday had him swinging from the right-hand side to start things off. 0-1. 0-2. I touched on it a tad yesterday, but I love the Christmas music at the ballpark. It's something you don't experience too often.
Well, that's true. You wouldn't, at an American baseball.
Yeah.
game, right?
There are some promotions, like Christmas in July, but that's not the same.
Nah.
Here's the 0-2. Down and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I wonder if Jonathan Tripp, who, of course, is American, has ever warmed up to Christmas music before.
Probably not.
You're like, is this a dream right now? What's going on? Am I in the winter, in the off-season, in the cold, rainy Ohio, waiting for the sun to come back out? I guess it is raining today.
It's not cold, though.
Very warm. Good temperatures today, not as overbearing as last night. 2-strike pitch is just outside. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Hall, Bliarski, and Bowie, 4, 5, and 6 in this inning. 2-2. Check swing. Down low. Appeal to third. Taro Murayama says he didn't go around.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I think he held up.
3-2. Swinging a ground ball scalded to second, but right into the line of Antonis Macias, who throws over for out number 1.
He's just not a home run hitter. He's a good fielding second baseman.
That's right. And he just started playing second base this year.
True.
Was an outfielder his whole life, and all of a sudden get to full season affiliated ball. All right, go play a position you've never played before and throw with a hand that's not your dominant hand. Ulrich Boyorski will dig in after a great night last night. First pitch is over the plate for a strike.
Yeah, 3 for 3 last night. Double, a home run, and a single. As we mentioned many times, robbed Macias of that home run.
If there was a plus-minus for home runs, would you ever consider maybe giving him an extra homer for taking away one? Value-wise, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
1-1 the count on Boyorski. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. I like the red tops from Perth here tonight.
Yep.
It's been great to see all the different uniforms. Of course, we saw Canberra a couple rounds ago, and they had the bright orange tops. This one lined hard down to the corner. It's a fair ball, puts a dent in the wall. Throw from Burke on a hop to Macias. The tag. He got him. Chris Burke has been everywhere in this series, and I think Boyorski hit that one too hard.
He did. In fact, I thought he was going to hold for a single because if you watch the replay, Max, the bounce is so fortuitous, heading right back. Watch this bounce right back to Burke. It's just perfectly made for a throw to second. That said, it takes a great throw, but it's right there.
Playing some pinball and an athletic tag from Macias right there. So the throw took him just a little bit off the bag. I don't know what was hit harder, the homer yesterday or that one right there. It is only 300 feet down the left field line here at Melbourne Ballpark, but that thing was a laser beam.
Absolute shot.
First pitch to Bowie is rolled to second. Circling around it is Macias, and very smoothly will throw over in time to retire the side. Well, Antonis Macias had quite an inning on the defensive side of things. Involved in every play is Jonathan Tripp. Faces the minimum for a second consecutive frame. Bottom of the second on its way. Aces lead 1-0.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Well, the Aces got to be feeling good after a 10-2 win last night. They lead 1-0 as we're just about ready to start the bottom of the second inning. A much cooler, calmer night at the ballpark, but a good crowd on hand as we got fireworks after the game. And we're celebrating a birthday here tonight as well.
Great place to bring some kids and have a birthday party, especially if they like baseball. Great place to be. And pretty remarkable end to that inning there because, Boyorski looked like continuing his hot streak. He's hit 4 hits in a row, but thrown out at second after that great play from Chris Burke.
Really good play from Chris Burke. He'll bat third in this inning. Antonis Macias was very prevalent in that frame, too. Wonder what his heart rate's at right now after moving to his left and his right, making a play on the run, having to lay out to apply the tag, and then here you go, you're leading off the next inning. What a night it was for Macias yesterday. First pitch from Juan. Splitter taken at the knees, 0-1. Talked to him before the game today, said it felt like Little League again with how excited he was. Got to celebrate with some kids up the first base line. He was so fired up.
Oh, it was just great. You could just tell how much it meant to him. That's the thing, and to the team. That's why I just loved those images last night. It just was, everyone was on board with it.
Especially after how close he had come the last couple of games. Line foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Antonis. He told me one of the biggest adjustments he's been trying to make, even in his season with the Rangers this year, is using more of his lower half to try and generate more power. And it seems like it's translating over the last week or so at least. Here's the 1-2. Just a little bit upstairs. Delgado, the catcher, thought he had strike 3. Instead, ball 2.
Jared Dale. What?
His double play partner. Time now called. It'll be Macias, Edwards, and Burke in this inning, and the top of the order of Whitefield if the Aces can keep the line moving that far. Pull shift on for Macias on the infield. 2-2 from Juan. Breaking ball outside, 3-2, and I'll tell you what, the Aces are doing a really good job of drawing up that pitch count.
That's some really nice eye there from Macias. You're right.
And we haven't seen Antonis draw as many walks, just a couple so far this year, but that was one of his biggest strengths in affiliated ball this year, the ability to control the zone. 3-2 is swung on and sent up in the air, right center field. Diaz scampering over into the gap, reaches up to make the catch. For out number 1, Macias retired. He drew a ton of walks, walked at over an 18% clip last year, or this year, I should say, with the Rangers system. And even though he's only walked a couple of times, he's consistently drawing out lengthy plate appearances, which is valuable even on a result where you fly out.
Definitely. Here's Money Mitch, 3 for 4 yesterday.
Money Mitch.
What a night he had.
First pitch, a strike at the outside corner, 0-1.
Now he's got to worry about taking the Polaroid as well. He's got a lot on his mind. He's a catcher. He's got, he's a very busy man.
He gave up the reins of the Polaroid a couple of times yesterday.
He did.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a miss, 0-2. I saw Sean Bormando was taking the shot when Macias hit his homer. And then I think it was the Bird homer.
Had one, didn't he?
Diesla was taking the picture. And it was one of the greatest shots we've gotten this year, in my opinion.
Is that right? Because we were yesterday, you weren't sure. You were a little concerned.
Well, that's why I think it was.
That photo.
Sorry, not the shot that he got, because he might have not gotten it. the shot of him taking it was so great because he takes the picture and he's clicking the button, and you can see him turn the camera around towards him, looking at it like, "Did it work?" There was no flash, so I don't know if they got the Greg Bird homer, but you know what? There's 4 other ones, so that one's okay. That went outside to Edwards. Working another long at-bat here. 2-2 the count here with 1 away. Pitch. Rolled over right side. Williams over to his left. Throws over for out number 2. Much better start to the inning here for Juan.
Yep.
Interesting note, too. That run will be unearned from the first inning because Whitefield reached on the E6. Talk about a couple of times in this series, back-to-back nights, where Perth has made an error in the first inning, allowed an extra base runner to reach, and it's led to runs.
Yes.
Good news for Perth is the Aces weren't able to break it open as far as they did yesterday. Here's Chris Burke. Good night for him, too, on Thursday. The first pitch is outside.
Blasted that one over the right field fence. Sort of a rare round tripper for Berkey.
First one since the 22-23 season.
Yeah, amazing.
1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. When it's only 300 feet down the line, just got to elevate it when the ball is flying like it was last night. I remember talking to some players when I first got here. They were taking BP on the field, and you come to the ballpark for the first time and you see the dimensions. 2-0 is outside ball 3, 3-0. And you think 370 to center, 300 down each line. I mean, this must be a pitcher's nightmare, right? I mean, at the major league level, the average...
Then you felt the wind.
Yeah, exactly. And then you talk to the players, too, and they mentioned that it's impossible to get one out. Next pitch is outside ball 4. Burke will take the walk. First walk allowed by Juan so far, as that'll flip the lineup over to Aaron Whitefield. But, yes, the wind blows in so firmly. If you elevate the ball, it just gets knocked down immediately.
Whitefield, a couple of stolen bases tonight. Should mention that those stolen bases brought to you by our good friends at South Morang Motors. Visit South Morang today. 12 top automakers, including Kia and Hyundai.
Showing off those motors, he was. Burke has good speed, takes his lead from first, as Juan will check over. So Whitefield now 9 stolen bases from becoming the first ABL player to reach 100 in his career. Fastball taken inside, 1-0. Whitefield going back with that aqua blue helmet tonight. Did you have more time to think about what color you...
Now live, it looks sort of more royal, which is what you said yesterday. But on the feed, it looks more aqua.
1-0. Another sharp ground ball. It's past Hirokawa in the left field for a knock. There's a base hit for Whitefield. And he just continues to barrel him up.
Yeah, he's a special player. There's no doubt about it. Is Burke all right down there? Just kind of looking at him. I think he might just be stretching.
I think so, too. Had to get him back quickly on that first pickoff attempt. I'm trying to do some investigating here about other teams that Aaron Whitefield has played for that might wear that color blue. And maybe he likes that helmet and put the Melbourne sticker on it.
Well, you know, what we can do, we can go to the source.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. He'll tell us.
That might be the best lesson I've learned from you so far, Ed. Go to the source. First and second for Jared Dale. Pitch is up and in, ball one.
Dale was fooled by that nasty pitch in the first inning. Struck out looking, so he'll be aware of that this time, you would think.
A really good splitter. 1-0. Swing, and this one sent in the air, deep out to left field. Kennelly spinning around, looking up, it's out of here. Jared Dale claps his hands around first base. A 3-run bomb out to left field, and the Aces blow it open. It's 4-0 here in the second.
Well, any doubts we had about the ball carrying, as you look at a home run brought to you by Crew Fitness, those have been put away by Jared Dale. What a shot.
What a shot from Mitch Edwards right there as well. Jared Dale's first homer of the year. RBIs 2, 3, and 4, and he was fired up, routed the bases.
Sure was.
The Aces have now hit 5 homers in 11 innings of play in this series so far. All with 2 outs, might we add here. Pitch to Glendening is taken outside, ball 1.
Yeah, so Juan gets Macias and Edwards pretty routinely, then walks Burke on 4 pitches, and bang, the innings explodes.
Got to take advantage of your opportunities. 1-0 to Glendening.
And as someone who watched the Aces last year, you weren't here, but I can tell you that was a huge issue throughout the year. Not taking advantage of the opportunities, bases loaded, men left on base. Not happening, at least in this series, that's for sure.
A really good sign here for Melbourne after a really difficult series offensively in Sydney. Down and away ball 3-0 here on Glendening. I found it so interesting, and a part of this is the sample size because it's so early in the year. The Aces entered yesterday 4th in the league in hitting at a 253 clip, and they entered tonight at a 272 clip, 2nd in the league. Completely transformed everything 17 hits later, and they've picked up right where they left off. 3-0, a strike on the outside corner. Hitters count now at 3-1.
There's Jared Dale. Hey, look at me.
It's got to feel pretty good.
He's pumped. You could tell. It was great.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he was really, really excited, as you should be. And what did you say? You call him the catalyst? Well, there you go. You know, he just makes things happen.
He's 7 for 16 now so far this year, by the way.
Again, picking up where he left off last year.
3-2. Rolled foul. Count now will hold full. And a nice play in the dugout. This is your series for reaction time.
That was the most casual play in there. There's the Polaroid. Having a look at
look at that. What a shot. Mitch Edwards appreciating his work right there. 3-2. Inside, buzzing the towers of Glendening, and he'll take first base. Home plate umpire Jeff Dunn might have actually ruled that a hit by pitch. Not sure if that maybe scraped him right there. We'll get another look. So it will be a hit by pitch officially if you're scoring at home. 2-out base runner here for Greg Bird. For those of you that are just tuning in, maybe for the first time this year, not familiar with the Polaroid story, well, the Aces and their catcher mainly, Mitch Edwards, wanted to create a fun tradition for homers. We've seen the props before at many levels of baseball. Pitch to Bird, swinging a ground ball right side. Sliding stop by Williams, gets to his feet. His throw is in time to retire the side. Well, the Aces home run celebration, very unique, very fun. We'll tell you all about it when we come back for the top of the third. It's 4-0 Aces after the Gerald Dale homer.
At Light and Easy, we're fueling the champions. Our ready-to-eat, healthy and delicious meals are the perfect addition to a performance diet. Fuel your passion and your performance. Light and Easy. Eat well and play hard.
Well, Jonathan Tripp out to a comfortable 4-0 lead now as he gets back on the bump for his third inning of work. Most recently, a 3-run homer from Jared Dale. Let's get another look right here. Middle of the plate, thigh high. And he set this one high into the sky for his first long ball of the year. A little bat flip on top of that, maybe a bat toss.
I think this will be the shot where you see him. Oh, no. I thought this is one where you see him just kind of do his little pump. Here we go. He's coming back to the dugout.
It's got to be the best feeling. Well, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 here in the lineup for Perth as you get a look at the sun setting over the highway here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Did you see the sun today? Are you sure it's set?
I don't know.
I saw it today.
It's taking a break today. Clouds are filling in.
Worked pretty hard yesterday.
Here's the first pitch to Delgado. His first at-bat of the round is taken inside for ball one. Well, we were discussing it a little bit before Greg Bird grounded out to end the inning, but the Aces have such a fun home run tradition where instead of putting a crown on their head or carrying a trident, whatever it might be, as this one's flown out to left center field, Chris Burke's got it in his tracks. One away. They take a picture with a Polaroid camera, and they'll be hanging them up, as you can see right here, on a wall in their clubhouse. This was from the first series, so you have the Shunho Wang homer on your left, and then the first two Greg Bird homers from his 3-homer game as well. Not the best shot from the second one right there. That's Antonio Macias' elbow, but still, what a fun tradition to capture all of the moments for every home game this year, Ed.
Might run out of tape. The tape budget is going to be increased.
Hey, we got some tape up here. They can use it. And now we're seeing other guys test out their photography skills as that one's lined down to the right center field for Carlos Colmenares. Second hit of the night.
He hit a couple yesterday. Colmenares continues to be a pretty hot hitter for Perth.
He has. So one out base runner here, and that'll bring up Jess Williams, the 9-0 hitting second baseman. Have you ever used a Polaroid camera before?
I have.
They're back in style, right? Because they're pretty vintage.
Yeah, they are. I was surprised when someone said, "Hey, I've got a new vintage camera." It was a digital camera. I'm like, "Jeez."
Well, you know what?
I am old.
I had a digital camera when I was a kid, and I was obsessed with it. And you're right, you don't see them much anymore.
No, because the phones.
My new iPhone that I got has the most incredible camera.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, isn't it?
I was talking with Mel, our marketing coordinator, and we were just talking about how it's like having a computer in your pocket. It's absurd.
Yeah.
Well, Polaroid in your pocket sounds better. 2-0 the count here on Jess Williams. The pitch is popped up behind home plate. Edwards will watch it fly out of play. 2-1.
Still see some people with umbrellas, and I'm not sure if that's because it's raining or if I think it must be just a light rain falling. I can't really tell. I might jump out between innings and have a quick look.
Maybe preparing as well. Check over to first. Colmenares gets back in safely. Two-one. Swing, and this one sent in the air with some carry. Deep right center field. Whitefield back. Reaches up and makes the gliding grab. 2 away. Back to first goes Colmenares.
Number of times we've seen that play from Aaron Whitefield. It's hit hard. Your instant thought is this one may go to the wall, and it was a long shot, but Whitefield was all over. It makes it look easy.
352 feet into the alley right there. Getting some access to some of the metrics now, which will be really fun.
Where's that coming from?
I heard the news today, and it was the best news I've heard all day. All week, all month. I love that stuff. Top of the order, Fumiya Kurokawa will dig in. First pitch is down low for ball one. Should get some pitch velocities, too, and exit velocities, all of it. I see we have the flags hung up as well, so we can now get a better idea of how the wind's blowing.
I think you were coming out of the booth. I literally saw Justin Huber, Aces CEO, and I said, "Hey, why aren't the flags up?" And as I said it, I turned around and saw that they were all up. So they were literally put up today, I think. So.
I think so, too. 2-0. Flown to the air, left field line out of play, 2-1. Well, it's a staple in baseball just because the wind is so important, particularly here at Melbourne Ballpark. It looks like it's gently blowing in from left, so it makes the Dale home run even more impressive. Of course, not one over there. Just hanging out. 2-1, fouled straight back, 2-2. On that shot, it did look like it was raining a little bit, so...
I'm going to I'm going to go straight to the source. I'm going to walk out back and look at the heavens.
We got a nice little covered booth here, keeping us dry with all of our technology.
Can't complain.
Scorebook's in much better shape today after our fiasco last night. 2-2 line, foul.
Mine's not. Mine is equally bad because I went with the early lineup again.
Oh, no.
I got burned. There we go. There's a shot. Thank you, guys, from Sportscast Australia. It is indeed raining.
Well, hopefully it continues to peak at this pace.
Well, a lot of people don't look bothered. There are people with umbrellas, but people
You know what? It
sitting
is
out.
deceptive. I won't lie. For the whole game, I didn't realize it was raining. 2-2 again. Down low, a delayed steal from Colmenares, and he'll get into second base without a contest. His first stolen base of the year, and he had been dancing over at first base this entire at-bat. Good pitch to run on, too. Breaking ball buried in the dirt. So he's in scoring position now. The Heat looking to get on the board for the first time tonight. Down by 4. 3-2. Fouled straight back. Count will hold.
Big at-bat here from Kurakawa. He's been battling, fouling him off. The 3-2 count. Very important at-bat, really, with that runner in scoring position. As you did mention, potentially the first run of the game for Perth.
Really only one big swing this series so far from them. Tripp will step off now and reset things. Much slower pace here in this ball game this evening than yesterday. 3-2. Fouled straight back again. Count still holds. Even though the game saw 12 runs scored on both sides, it flew by in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was a fast game.
It's incredible. You think 10 runs, and we're here for 3 hours. Nope. I guess that's what happens when all of them are on home runs.
And Moramando's pitching beautifully on the other side.
He was so good. It's really dominant stuff. 3-2 again. Ground ball sharply hit past Disla and trickling to the corner. Rounding third and scoring is Colmenares. Heading for second is Karokawa. He'll race in with a run-scoring knock. A rocket, and Disla gave it the old Olay and couldn't knock it down.
Yeah, that was hit really sharply. And speed of Colmenares, he can really motor. That's hit really hard. Disla couldn't get it. Runs down into the corner. Glendenning, by the time he tracks it down, run is scored. Kurakawa's on second.
His 5th RBI of the young season so far, the first that hasn't come from the Grand Slam last weekend. Here's Kennelly. First pitch is fouled straight behind, 0-1.
And that's a really, really good at-bat from
was.
Kurakawa to work that and then deliver that.
Got to tip your cap. Good piece of hitting, too, on a front door sinker. Pull shift on for Kennelly, looking for his first hit of the series. Struck out looking his first time. 0-1. Weak wave and a miss, 0-2. Tripp peers in. Another big run at second base. Kennelly with an RBI knock could cut the deficit in half. 0-2, bends down low, 1-2. Game number 10 of the season for Kennelly. Again, one of the many members, one of the 6 Heat to play in the Premier 12. 3 runs batted in away from 250. 1-2. Fastball, strike three called. He got him looking. Kennelly doesn't like it again. Tripp able to limit the damage to 1 run. That's his 4th strikeout of the night as we get another look here. That arm side fastball has been a weapon so far. And a close spot and a really good job receiving it by Mitch Edwards behind the plate. Well, we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Aces lead 4-1 after the RBI double from Karokawa.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Aces lead the Perth Heat 4-1, heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. For over 30 years, Light and Easy has been making it easy for Aussies to lose weight, improve their health, and save time. Light and Easy takes all the guesswork out of healthy eating with over 100 delicious, nutritionally balanced meals for you to choose from. To find out how Light and Easy can help you, visit lightandeasy.com.au or just ask Max Tanzer. He'll tell you.
It's delicious. I ordered the salmon pasta today. I forget the exact name of it. I should have written it down. Really good. Salmon's one of my favorites, and even heating up the salmon, it was delicious. I had a really, really good lunch with Zach today.
There you go.
Arturo Diasa will lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Aces lead things 4-1. Diasa doubled back to the 1st inning. And the Aces have been seeing the ball really well in this series. 17 hits yesterday, 4 today so far. Combined 14 runs. First pitch is outside, ball 1. All of Diesla's extra base hits had been homers before this series, but he's also cracked a couple of doubles. 1-0. Breaking ball set in the air out to deep center field. Diaz sprinting back, spectating. This one's gone. Arturo Diasa does it again. He takes that league lead back. 6 homers for the big man. And it's 5-1 Melbourne.
Brought to you by Crew Fitness. Another round tripper for Diasa. Get ready for the celebration.
They just continue to rain down. And that wasn't your prototypical Arturo Diasa moonshot blast, 387 feet out to center field, but just strong enough to get it out of here through the wind. It just doesn't end. 6 homers in this series so far. It's unbelievable. Here's Daryl George now. He's looking for his first. Pitch is taken inside, ball 1.
Yeah, arguably the one home run that we're all waiting for. Daryl's making us wait.
Flair for the dramatic, maybe. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on a good off-speed offering.
Yeah, he's saving it for that, bottom of the 9th when we need it to win a game.
Well, that would be really fun, I'll tell you that. So the Aces gave up a run in the top of the 3rd, and they grab it right back. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. A couple of splitters. George out in front. That was one of those, the Diasa homer, where you saw it go up, and immediately you're thinking 370 to center. It has a chance. And then you see Diaz going back, and you start to think maybe it's going to hang up. 1-2. Swinging a soft ground ball, left-sided through for a base hit. What a piece of hitting from George. That's his first hit of the night, 3rd of the series. Back-to-back base runners here for the Aces. But it just snuck out. It reminded me a lot of Greg Bird's third homer
Yes.
of his 3-homer game back a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're just not sure. I mean, it's a hard one to get a read in this ballpark. We talk about how hard it is sometimes to left when the wind's blowing, but center is very hard to look at, call.
It is. You don't have much depth perception.
Yeah, correct.
You just see it go straight up. First pitch to Macias is taken at the knees for a strike. Well, with those 2 homers from Dale and Diesel, the Aces pass Perth for the league lead in homers now with 15. How many of those are from Diesel and Bird? 11. Taken outside, 1-1. 11 of the 15 homers for the Aces from those 2 men. That man particularly right there. George takes his lead from first after this single. Juan set. The 1-1. Rolled foul off the foot of Macias. He'll take a couple minutes. 1-2. Mitchell Edwards on deck. Then it'll be Chris Burke here. Good night at the ballpark.
Yeah, if the Aces can get something going here, keep it going here, they can do what they did last night, which is open up that big lead.
Absolutely. And then given where Jonathan Tripp is in terms of his pitch count, you got to feel pretty good about him getting deeper into this game and then hand it off to the bullpen and hopefully find yourself in the spot for another W. Next pitch is strike 3 called, a good breaking ball.
What a great pitch. Those breaking balls of his are just really hard to pick.
They're snappy. And that one freezes Macias. Second strikeout for Juan, and first out of the inning, here's Mitch Edwards. Popped up, third base side. Carol Kama will watch it slice out of play. So every night we get a sheet of paper where we get our food order. Our lovely helpers down in the concession stands bring us up some food, and I was told that I have to try the chicken burger tonight. It's a staple here at Melbourne Ballpark.
You were kind of, you were pushed into that.
I was pushed a little bit. Grounded sharply to first. Bowie will apply the tag, and now George is in a rundown, and he'll be raced back to the bag for a 3-6 inning double play. So hold that thought. I'm going to try the chicken burger in the break, and I'll let you know what I think. We'll be back after this, but Arturo Diasa hits another homer, and it's 5-1 Aces.
Hey, buddy, look at what you got, Mike.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Rain just trying to go away. We hope it does. Aces lead 5-1. Ed White and Max Tanzer here. SEN is your home for sport. Download the SEN app to listen live to SEN's network of stations and get the best news and live coverage in Australia. Enter tipping contests, catch the latest on AFL, horse racing, cricket, and so much more. SEN.
Jonathan Tripp out for another inning, as he looks to continue to cruise through this ball game. Allowed to run in the third inning on the RBI double from Karokawa. He'll get 3, 4, and 5 here in the Perth lineup. Aces added on another on the Diesla homer. This one's cranked deep out to right field, and there's no question about this. Way back and out of here for John Diaz. Second homer of the ABL season for the Rays prospect, and that cuts the deficit to 3 as both sides exchanging some big swings.
370 feet 9 inches on that blast down the right field line. And as we said, the question has been answered. Yes, the ball is carrying tonight in the cooler weather as well.
All of a sudden, maybe just the entire perplexion of the weather here is completely different. That's a really good piece of hitting.
We saw him. I was watching batting practice. He's only about 5'8", but he's really solid, really well-built guy. He's got some power, no doubt.
A little bit like
about
Miles Symington from
it.
Canberra.
A bit, yeah.
And Symington's still having a really good year. First pitch to Alex Hall, taken for a strike. Pitch is rolled foul. 0-1. So I tried the chicken sandwich. I can report. Or chicken burger, excuse me. It was so good I just forgot the name. Very good. I would recommend it. I will ask, though, is there spice in it? Is there jalapenos or something?
There could be.
It's a little spicy. I'm not the biggest spice guy.
Okay.
I've got a sensitive tongue. But it's really good. I would recommend it if you're coming out to the ballpark. 0-2 the count here, the pitch. Down low. 1-2. What's your favorite Melbourne ballpark staple?
You don't have a pregame sort of lucky hot dog?
Okay, a classic at the ballpark,
yeah,
too.
Just kind of, yeah. I think it's that tradition thing.
It doesn't get better than that. 1-2. Down low. Hall jackknifes out of the way. 2-2.
I don't mind the free popcorn. You know, they're the free popcorn on the way out sometimes when you're leaving. They have popcorn that's extra free popcorn, and I'll take a box of it and eat it on the way home. I don't mind that.
3-2 now the count. Are you a buttery popcorn type of guy, kettle corn type of guy? Normal popcorn.
Basic, regular
okay.
popcorn, yeah. Not too much butter.
So not like movie theater popcorn where they...
I don't mind that. But, yeah, that's more of a thing because you're at the theater, right? You just have it.
Count full here on Alex Hall, switch hitter batting from the left side. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to second.
It's a big inning here for Tripp and for everyone concerned here. Perth off to a really good start. Want to climb back into this thing. Aces want to keep that lead.
I will add, too, that homer ties Perth with the Aces for the league lead in homers now.
Back and forth.
A little tug-of-war affair. Both have 15 now this season. Here's the 3-2 from Tripp. Swing, and this one's driven with some authority to deep center. Whitefield running out of room. This one's gone.
Wow.
Alex Hall continues his tear. That's his 5th homer of the year. And all of a sudden, Perth is knocking on the door. It's 5-3 here in the 4th.
That was a shot.
Back-to-back homers for the Heat.
The home runs in this series, unbelievable.
I think we're learning at this point, if you're elevating the ball, you're celebrating. 393 off the batter's eye in straightaway center.
Hey, where's their Polaroid?
Do the Aces bring the Polaroid on the road? I haven't, when I watch the games, I don't know if I've seen a shot to see. Swinging a ground ball, third base side, sliding stop by George. Throw is a bullet. Got him in time.
Wow, what a play.
Retires a speedy Boyarski. And an important out, number 1, after a couple of long balls.
That's a huge out, you're right. Again, Boyarski continues to hit the ball hard. Great play by George. His throw is just remarkable.
The throw, I think, is what got him there. Took him a little bit longer than I think he would have liked to get up, but maybe that was intentional, knowing that he's got that cannon in his back pocket. First out of the inning, here's Bowie. Pitch is taken down low.
Yeah, that's a huge out, as you said, Max, because home run, then you get a single. No telling where this inning goes. That's just a huge play.
Outside. 2-0 now the count, and Mitch Edwards will head out to have a conversation with Tripp, and so is Peter Moylan.
Don't think there's any action per se in the bullpen. There are some people up milling about, but I don't think anybody is throwing or has been throwing. I think it's just more of a bit of a pep talk and maybe to get some arms loosened in the bullpen.
Tripp's pitch count in good shape, considering we're in the 3rd inning, just over 40 pitches so far. Or, excuse me, over 50 pitches so far.
One official.
He's topped out at 79 this season. And Longbow has gotten him a little bit. That's now 5 homers allowed so far this season through what's his 4th start. Pitch to Bowie, swinging it skied, straightaway left field. Burke now racing in as the wind grabs it. Circles in to make the catch for out number 2. Good bounce back here from Tripp.
Yeah, for sure. It did look a little tricky there with the wind, but Burke made the play nicely. And you're right, big out.
So that brings up Anderson Delgado. Again, homers from John Diaz and Alex Hall. So tonight, we've seen 2 homers from the Aces, 2 from Perth in this series. Doing the quick math, 9 now?
Crazy.
Unbelievable as that one's taken outside ball 1. I mean, for context, the Aces didn't hit a homer last weekend at all. Garnered some tricky weather. 1-2 fouled straight back. Count evens up at 1-1.
Yeah, if you get out of this, if you're Jonathan Tripp, get out of this with 2 runs, considering the first 2 batters hit home runs. That's good.
1-1. Just outside a close spot. Edwards wanted the call. Stuck it there a couple of seconds longer. 2-1. Two-one from Tripp. Popped up, shallow left field. Burke got another late jump. Dale going out now, backpedaling out. Makes the catch, inning over. Not before Perth shows off their home run pop a little bit. Back-to-back homers from John Diaz and Alex Hall to make it a 2-run game. Bottom of the 4th on its way. It's 5-3 Aces.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. There's that sunset that Max Tanzer's been talking about. Aces lead at 5-3 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. New sponsor this year, Harcourt Cider and Juice Bar. It's down at the First Base Diner. Cider, fresh apple juice. Also, nacho dogs and nachos. You asked me, Max, what my favorite food was. Not necessarily mine. My son comes out here. It's all he eats is the nachos. Sits there. They just love to dig into those nachos at the Harcourt Cider and Juice Bar. Check it out. Great to have them on board as a sponsor.
Doesn't get more American than a nacho dog. Although I've never had one before, so maybe I just counteracted that. I got to try it, though. It sounds delicious. Maybe not in a broadcast setting, but maybe before a game we'll sit down and have one. Have you tried it before?
I have not. I've had the nachos, but not the nacho dog, I'll be honest.
Look at that. Harcourt Cider and Juice Bar.
There it is.
We're familiar with that. Did a pregame show there just the other day. Chris Burke to lead things off here for Melbourne. He walked back in the 2nd inning. Jung Hae Won out for inning number 4 of work. He's been in some trouble all night long, and he's given up a couple long balls, but again, I think length important here for Andy Kyle and the rest of this Perth club.
And they've, climbed back into it with those 2 home runs last inning, so it's 5-3.
0-1 swing and foul tip, 0-2.
There's that kind of sidearm delivery you were talking about.
It almost just catapults out there. I think when you talk about a pitcher hiding the ball, this, I think, just sneaks out of the hand of Juan. Fouled straight back, 0-2. And I think subconsciously then in your head you speed up. And then he just drops a splitter off the table, and then you're, completely off balance.
Sounds like a movie or something, The Hand of Juan.
Wow.
That's what you said, The Hand of Juan.
I didn't even notice it, but we might have our next blockbuster. 0-2. Swing and a miss. There's the splitter again. That is a filthy offering.
Sure is.
One down.
Fourth strikeout of the night for Jong Hae-won.
Burke retired for the first time as well. He's the top of the lineup in Aaron Whitefield. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll go on to have a legendary career and they'll make a biopic on him. Maybe they'll put this scene in.
Hey, Koreans make some very good films. Parasite, Academy Award winner.
That's right.
Phenomenal movie.
Slash foul. 0-1. Aaron Whitefield having a good night so far. He's scored a couple of runs and stung the ball twice. Reached on an E6, stole 2 bags in the first, and then singled and scored on the Dale homer back in the second. Juan set at the belt. Here's the 0-1. Soft ground ball out to short. Colmenares gathers and throws 2 away. So here's Jared Dale, fresh off of his first homer of the season. A 3-run bomb out to left field. And you talk about executing runners in scoring position. Another key in this series is the role of the 3-run homer. Again, you can hit a bunch of solo shots, but in terms of building a lead, it's much more difficult. First pitch to Dale is hit right out to the shortstop in Colmenares, and he had a busy inning. It's a quick inning for Jung Hae-won, a much-needed one, as he puts a 0 on the board of the 4th. Top of the 5th on its way. Aces lead 5-3.
At Light and Easy, we're fueling the champions. Our ready-to-eat, healthy and delicious meals are the perfect addition to a performance diet. Fuel your passion and your performance. Light and Easy. Eat well and play hard.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Very quick inning. Hey, like the Aces, Eagle Eye Plumbing and Air Conditioning is proud to serve Melbourne's West with over 10 years of high-level experience in the domestic and commercial sectors. It doesn't take an eagle eye to see that Merrick and his team take pride in quality workmanship. Eagle Eye Plumbing, again, great to have them on board as a sponsor of the Melbourne Aces this season. You'll get some fans enjoying themselves with the rain having dissipated. But the game heating up a little bit, Max Tanzer, because Perth put 2 runs on the board in the top of the 4th and then quick inning in the bottom of the 4th, and here we go.
And for the first time tonight, they've held the Aces scoreless in an inning.
Right.
So a chance to get themselves back into this ball game. They'll send up the bottom third of their lineup. Delgado, Colmenares, and Williams. Jonathan Tripp trying to get through the 5th inning here.
Yeah, I said last inning was a big inning for him. This one arguably a little bit bigger after giving up 2 runs in that 4th inning.
The deepest he's gone into a game is 6 innings. That was at Brisbane a couple of weekends ago. Struck out 9 batters. No other Aces pitcher struck out more than that he did that night. Delgado ahead 1-0. Here's the pitch. Tied him up 1-1.
2 for 3 yesterday. Singled and scored in the 3rd inning here. So having a pretty nice series so far, Carlos Colmenares.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. Snaps down out of the zone. 1-2. Tripp would love a quick out here. This will be pitch number 63 for the right-hander. 2-2. Tried to get him to bite.
He did.
2-2. Outside, 3-2. This is an important pitch right here. Perth would love a leadoff base runner. It would bring the tying run to the plate. Trip set, the payoff. Down and away, ball 4. What an at-bat. From Anderson Delgado. Was behind with 2 strikes, ends up taking 3 consecutive balls, spitting on a couple of really good breaking offerings, and the tying run now at the plate in Carlos Colmenares.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the first walk of the series given up by Aces pitching.
It's a good call, it is. Aces pitching didn't walk 1 yesterday, and it took till the 5th inning here tonight. First pitch, swing and a miss, trip ahead 0-1.
Good comeback pitch there.
Colmenares singled back in the 3rd inning and would come around to score on the Karokawa RBI double make that. Delgado takes his lead. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that one. 0-2. Tripp has 3 strikeouts on the night so far. He's given up 5 hits as well. Oh, 2. Down low, skips off of Edwards' glove. That'll be a wild pitch. And at second will go Delgado. 1-2 now the count, and some much-needed run production and scoring position here for Perth.
Yeah, that just got away from him. That also takes the double play out of action here.
Left-hander Evan Rutsky starting to heat up down the right field line in the Aces bullpen. 1-2. Taps softly up the first base line and foul. Still 1-2. Well, we mentioned this is a Perth team that has been really good offensively this year. And they've been good at responding. They dropped game 1 of their series in Adelaide and then would respond with 3 consecutive wins against the team that has beaten them in the championship series in consecutive years. 1-2. Swing, and this one served out to left center field. Whitefield in full gear. It's over his head and rolling to the wall. Delgado had to tag up. He's getting the wave around third. Macias' relay well high, and the third on the play will go Colmenares. With nobody out, we have a 1-run game, and the tying run is at third base.
Have to watch that one again. Williams got all of that. I thought Whitefield had a beat on it, but I think it was hit harder. I don't want to say than he thought, but probably harder than we thought. But you see Whitefield seems to have a good jump, but then he kind of goes over his head. So maybe the wind got it, or it was just hit harder than we thought.
Yeah, it looked like he lost it a little bit. And then Macias' throw, I think either way, was going to allow Colmenares to advance to third. Again, rule it an RBI double. Colmenares advances to third on the relay throw.
Yep.
But I think if the Aces could do that all over again, they'd have Macias just put it in his back pocket. 1-0, infield drawn in. The pitch is grounded hard and past the lunge of Dale and through into left field for a base hit. Jess Williams ties this game up for the Heat, and we are back where we started, just at about the halfway point.
Wow.
Well,
we have said it. We said it in the pregame. We've said it during the game. We knew this Perth Heat team was going to come back, and they've done it all the way back.
All the bottom of the lineup producing right there, too.
Correct.
7, 8, and 9. Delgado walked. Colmenares the RBI double, and then the Williams RBI single. Top of the order, here's Kennelly, as there's a check over to first base. Excuse me, that was an RBI single from Karokawa.
Karokawa, yeah, who's 2 for 3.
And he's driven in 2 runs.
But you're right, bottom of the order, Colmenares walks, Williams doubles, and then go to the top of the order. And there's a hit.
Sharply up the middle and hopping into center for a knock. And here come the Heat. Still nobody out in first and second. Kennelly picks up his first hit of the series.
Yeah, he looked really, he looked at 2 pitches in the 2 strikes in the first and the third, and then comes back with a nice sharp hit up the middle. Here comes John Diebel. I think that's probably it for Jonathan Tripp.
And he's going to go to left-hander Evan Rutsky to try and get out of trouble. A left-handed hitter, John Diaz, due up. He's already homered tonight. The Heat are firing at all cylinders. First and second, nobody out. Tied at 5 here at Melbourne Ballpark.
OmniGraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with OmniGraphics for your next printing project.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark, all tied at 5 here in the top of the 5th inning, and the Heat are not done yet. First and second, nobody out, able to tie the game on the RBI double from Jess Williams and the Fumihara Karakawa RBI single to left. Karakawa at second base represents the go-ahead run. Left-hander Evan Rutsky on the mound here for the Aces, making his first appearance since last Sunday in Sydney. Tossed an inning in 2/3, 23 pitches, did strike out a batter. He has been really good out of the bullpen, not just this year, but the last couple of seasons. And he got a big hand as he was announced into this game.
Yeah, we were joking in the ad break, the old "this escalated quickly" meme, but it really did. Suddenly, Perth scratch out a run here, and then suddenly, bang, they are back, which, we knew they could do. We've got the 2 leading home run hitting teams in the ABL playing tonight, so no surprise we've seen the long ball again.
And it's been a good one so far. Rutsky pitching to a 1.42 ERA so far this season, a guy that John Devil is not afraid to hand the ball to in high-leverage situations. And while we're only in the top of the 5th, this is the highest leverage spot we've seen an Aces pitcher find themselves in this entire series. So John Diaz will dig in, lefty on left here. Diaz homered back in the 4th inning. That was a deep drive out to right field. Corners drawn in, middle back in case Diaz wants to drop down a bunt. Rutsky's go-to pitch is that big curveball. We'll see if he starts with it here. First pitch is instead an inside move, trying to see if Diaz would show bunt right there, but he does not. Arms left to right in the outfield. Burke, Whitefield, and Glendinning. Pitch. Good breaking ball. Fouled straight back, 0-1.
Yeah, he did go with that.
Got to give Perth a lot of credit, especially after a game that is as deflating as it was yesterday, to trail early in this one.
Yep.
And then battle back quickly. 5 runs unanswered so far for the last 3 innings. At one point, we're trailing 5-1 as Rutsky will step off. Daryl George, the third baseman, still in front of the bag at third, protecting for a potential bunt. A lot of real estate for Diaz on the left side of the infield. 0-1. Sharp breaking ball. Misses inside to even it up. One. Swing and a miss. There's another sweeping breaking ball, 1-2.
Yeah, it's a good pitch there. If he can replicate that, only 78 miles an hour on the release speed, but it doesn't matter when it breaks like that.
And there's such a discrepancy from that fastball, too, that it's hard to time it up, even though it is slower. Rutsky, a tall 6'6" left-hander. Kicking the 1-2. Swing and a soft roller up the first baseline. Diesela will take it to the bag, the only play he had. And a 3 unassisted putout gets the first out of the frame for the Aces, but second and third here for the Heat. they have a chance to take their first lead of this series. Sends up Alex Hall. He's homered already once tonight. Will now bat from the right side with the southpaw Rutsky in the game.
And I don't think you're going to put him on with Boyarsky on deck, just quietly.
Pick your poison, right? Infield drawn in here for the Aces, trying to cut down a run at the plates. Does cut down their range a bit. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup got him out in front, 0-1. Big spot here on both sides of the ball. Tied at 5 here in the top of the 5th. Rutsky set the 0-1. Down low, a really good stop from Edwards. 1-1.
Yeah, nice block from Mitch there to keep any threat of a run scoring from third there on a wild pitch.
2 runs already in this inning to tie the game at 5. Infield slightly shifting, Hall to the pull side. 1-1. Strike called. There's a fastball. First of the inning, 1-2.
Yeah, first time we've seen him unload, isn't it?
Couple of breaking balls and a changeup, and then speeds him up right there. He has him in the palm of his hand. Tying run, make that go-ahead run at third base, and some insurance at second here for Perth. Heat looking to take their first lead of the weekend. 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Jeff Dunn rings him up for strike 3. And Rutsky's 2/3 of the way through the gauntlet. Tied at 5 here in the 5th, and now it's up to Ulrich Boyarsky. Definitely went around there as we get another look. No argument from Hall. And they'll just put him on.
I was just going to say, they are going to put Boyarsky on.
Not an easy, or not a hard decision right there. Boyarsky is hitting the cover off the ball. No. Bases loaded now for Jake Bowie.
And Bowie, who is a veteran hitter and all that, has yet to hit in these 2 games.
But he will get to face the lefty. Advantage Rutsky here. Bases full of Heat. Williams at third base. First pitch. Strike called, 0-1.
Bowie walks away disdainfully.
Correction, that's Kurokawa at third, Kennelly at second, and Boyarsky at first base. Nowhere to put Bowie. Rutsky staring straight into his catcher in Edwards. Time now called. Bowie so far tonight, 0 for 2. He's 0 for 6 in this series. No better time for his first hit than right here. Rutsky has other thoughts. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. A good breaking ball, and he's a strike away from getting out of trouble. Two runs already in to tie it. Aces looking ahead to the bottom of the 5th. Knotted at 5. Runners take their leads. Kurokawa at third, Kennelly at second, and Boyarsky at first. Rutsky ready. 0-2. Breaking ball down low. Another good job smothering it by Edwards. He'll head out to have a conversation. Again, you do not have to particularly be aggressive in the zone right here. Ahead 1-2. The chase has been the friend of Rutsky all season long. Everybody will be going on contact. All 3 runners take their leads. Rutsky set. Fans getting into it. 1-2. Breaking ball just a little bit low. Really good take from Bowie.
Yeah, it was.
2-2.
Tension.
For the first time this weekend.
Yes.
Big crowd on hand tonight here on Fireworks Friday night, looking for a big moment from Rutsky, a fan favorite right here. Bases juiced. The 2-2. Swing and a tapper back to the mound. Rutsky to his backhanded side. Shovels to first. Inning over. Jam escaped as Rutsky is able to strand the go-ahead run at third base. However, Perth able to knot things up after a couple of RBI knocks. We're tied at 5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Brand new ball game here in Melbourne.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Rain continues to fall here in Melbourne, but we're pushing through, and we got a good ball game. Can't stop it now after it's gotten as tight as this. Tied at 5 after Perth is able to push across 2 in the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Max Stanzer here alongside Ed White. Thank you for tuning in this entire weekend, and we got a good ball game here tonight.
There were those new pictures. I'm just happy I don't have that mouth open.
I'm not smiling in mine.
No,
I
you're
think
not.
they kind of flipped the quality of our pictures.
Borderline
here.
mugshot, I think, from you.
What did I do wrong?
Jumped on a train without tapping on or something.
Oh, man. I tap on every single
I'm
time.
sure you
Don't
do.
worry.
You strike me as that kind of individual, which is good. That's a good thing.
I don't know how to pronounce it, though. Mikey card,
Mikey.
Mickey card. Oh, I got
Mikey.
it. Nice.
Yep. Mikey.
Yeah, it works well. Nice little trip every morning and back. Robbie Glendenning up to the plate here against Jung-Hae Wan, who's all of a sudden found himself in a tie game. Not anymore. Glendenning to deep left field. See you later. Aces take the lead right back. It's 6-5.
That is huge from Robbie. Home run, of course, brought to you by Crew Fitness, as I said yesterday, getting their money's worth. And Robbie Glendenning, just no doubt at all.
My goodness, his first of the season as the ball continues to just sprint through the rain tonight. There's the Polaroid and a little jump shot on top.
Nice.
First homer of the year for Glendenning, RBI number 4. And here comes Andy Kyle, and that's going to be it for Jung-Hae Wan. He throws just one pitch, and the Aces take the lead right back. 376, no question, out to deep left field. Well, Ed, we're going to get a new pitcher here for the Heat. We'll tell you all about him. Aces lead 6-5.
OmniGraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with OmniGraphics for your next printing project.
Well, that didn't take long. Robbie Glendenning jumps on the first pitch and sends a moonshot out to left to give the Aces a 6-5 lead. That is it for tonight's starter for Perth. Jung-Hae Wan goes 4 innings and allows 6 runs, 3 homers as well. The Aces now have 7 in this series. 6-5 the score. New pitcher on the mound, Southpaw Will Sheriff.
There's a new sheriff in town, is there not?
Yes.
I was waiting on that. Here's a look at Glendenning's home run. Just no doubt, right from the start.
Oh.
Gets that up in that power zone.
What a swing.
Oh, just a swing. You see the rain falling. What a great shot that is from our Sportscast Australia crew.
That was out of our movie right there. Great
was.
shot. Cinematic.
There you see the umbrellas we've been making reference to throughout the night. They've kind of been up and down here as the rain sort of comes and goes in various levels. And here is Greg Bird.
They bring in the lefty Sheriff to face the lefty Bird. First pitch, check swing, fouled straight back, 0-1. Sheriff pitched at the Premier 12 for Team Australia. 2 appearances, 3 innings, 4 runs. 22 years old this year. High leverage reliever as this one's scalded foul, 0-2.
Scalded is the right word. That just rocketed off his bat.
My eyes just zigzagged as fast as they've ever. Well, 1-1 to make that 0-2 the count here for Bird. Or make that still 0-2.
Stays alive there. That's a big hit for Robbie Glendenning. We mentioned at the start of the game. He was, in the midst of all that hit parade yesterday. He just had 1 hit, but struck out a couple times. Didn't look great on those strikeouts, but boy, he looked great on that one. That's smashed foul again, but he looked phenomenal on that home run here to lead off. And another great sort of comeback by the Aces, right? Perth climbed back right into it, tie it. That's kind of a deflating inning, and the Aces come right back. Leadoff guy hits a home run. They got the lead again.
Really good work from Evan Rutsky to get out of trouble, too. That was huge.
Indeed.
And then for the 1 swing to give you the lead. I mean, talk about a momentum shift. 1-2. Chopped over to first. Bowie will circle around it, take it to the bag himself. Plenty of time for out number 1. That'll bring up Arturo Diasa. This is a fun matchup, lefty on right. Arturo just continues to leave the yard. Nothing too crazy at this point. 6 homers, he leads the league.
Oh, boy. That's some noisy fans tonight, don't we?
They love Arturo. What can we say? First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. He's just plain and simple, particularly notable with the power he has. Such a pure hitter. Hitting up above 380 entering tonight, and that's only risen. 0-1. Sped him up with a heater, taken for a strike, 0-2. 0-2. Fouled straight back.
Big cut.
He likes that hanging curveball. His eyes light up. He's 1 for 2, or make that 2 for 2. Doubled in the first as well.
It's just great when you get these guys come over from the States. You're not sure what you're going to get in terms of playing, but also personality. And suddenly you've got this sort of cult hero guy that's, you're just not sure. Oh, we're going to send you a couple guys. Here they come. And, well, we've got 2 of them, really, Macias as well,
And I think they're very lovable for different reasons, too.
Yeah.
Macias is very scrappy, does the little things.
Yep.
Just a really good dude, too. Diasa takes called strike 3, 2 away. Then you have Diasa, who's a great guy himself, but on top of that, hits the ball harder than anyone we've maybe seen this year. And it's just pageantry almost.
And he's got that big body. He just kind of looks different from a lot of baseball players. But as we mentioned, he's got the speed. He plays a good first base. He's just a really fascinating character.
He's from La Vega in the Dominican Republic, but played college baseball in America at Wayland Baptist in NAIA and put up tremendous numbers. First pitch to George is driven deep out to left center field. This could be it. Kennelly back. It's gone. History for Daryl George. A resume decorated as ever for an Australian Baseball League player. Checks another box. He's the all-time Aces home run king, number 40.
We've been waiting for it, and it finally comes. Daryl George, Mr. Ace, has the record. Home run brought to you by Crew Fitness. Listen to the cheers from the Aces fans as Tony Shebeki mentions that milestone.
He passes Brad Harmon, another Aces legend, for the most in franchise history. What a moment for Daryl George. Pitch to Macias, popped up third base side, out of play, 0-1. He'd been sitting on that for a while. I'm not sure if he knew, to be honest with you. We saw his reaction as we get another look right here. Look at that, elevated celebrate. A skyscraping blast, and fitting that he hit it over another legend, Tim Kennelly. Pitch to Macias, up and in.
Did you mean he didn't think it was gone, or he didn't know?
I don't think he knew about the record. Someone pointed to the scoreboard, which has a graphic up there for Daryl George.
He surely knew, didn't he? We've pumped it up enough over the years.
Pitch of the way, strike
But
call.
he's not a guy that thinks that way, so maybe you're right.
Well, maybe we'll talk to him after the game.
Well, I think you almost have to if the Aces get the win here, don't you?
A lot of heroes in this game tonight. Next pitch to Macias. Swinging a line drive and threw in a right center a knock. The Aces just continue to pour it on. Take another look from Macias. Hanging curveball, and he just top spins.
He just waited on it, didn't he, and just blasted it into right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ed. I mean, you've basically been a part of every year that Daryl George has been a member of the Aces.
Pretty close.
Just how important has he been integral for this franchise?
Yeah, absolutely. On so many levels, right? As a player, as a sort of an icon, he's always got time for the fans. He's got that great personality, good guy around the clubhouse, always gives you an honest opinion when you talk to him. True professional.
1-0. Swing, and this one's driven deep down the left field line. Kennelly back, reaches out, and makes the catch. That'll end the inning. Tim Kennelly covering some ground. But not before we see some history. For starters, a go-ahead home run from Robbie Glendening. And then Daryl George becomes the Aces' all-time home run king. Let's get another look. Career home run number 40. Punctuates the inning with an absolute exclamation point. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Good crowd on hand tonight. Seeing quite a ball game. We're only in the 6th inning here, Ed.
It is a great ball game, and as you said, going to break, just witnessed some history. Daryl George, all-time Aces home run leader.
That's incredible. By the way, he also moves into full possession of 10th place all-time in ABL history. So he's just continuing to knock on doors here. He also made history yesterday, his 350th career hit, which, of course, is just a great round number.
And the guy whose record he broke, of course, Brad Harmon, hit some monumental blasts here as you watch Jared Bilbin now, the official cameraman of the Aces home runs.
That's a special Polaroid right there, too.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're also broke a record in terms of games played as Rutsky's back out for another inning. First pitch is taken for ball 1. Leading off the inning, Anderson Delgado, the catcher. Yesterday, Daryl played in game number 364. Moves him into 7th place all-time in league history. Pitch is caught on a miss. Count evens up at 1-1.
And a special mention there of that play to end the inning from Kennelly. I had a feeling that was headed for the corner and extra bases, and Kennelly just chased that down beautifully, made a wonderful catch in left field.
Right, a little underlooked after everything that happened there.
Exactly. That's really true. But super play from the veteran.
1-2 the count here for Rusky. Rutsky now in line for the win, by the way. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, and he went around strike 3. A late jump for Edwards as the ball gets caught in the net. And that's going to give him first base.
Oh.
That is a tough break, but you got to play it by the rules of if it goes out of play, you gain the bag.
That's a brutal break.
And again, nothing Edwards could have done here after the ball glanced off his glove because it just goes straight into the net.
So strikeout, but he gets to first. It's one of the stranger plays you'll see because of the net here. Obviously, he's so close to the home plate.
So tying right all of a sudden at the plate as Delgado reaches. Here's Colmenares, lefty on left.
Fastball. Right down the middle, strike 1.
Double play is in order here. Middle back, corners in, defending a potential bunt. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, good spot, 0-2.
Yeah, it comes with a fastball right down the middle. Then that breaking ball that just hits the outside corner. It's a great 1-2 punch there from Evan Rutsky.
He throws his curveball like it's his fastball. I mean, it's probably been about 85% of the time tonight. Swinging a ground ball, softly hit. Macias cuts across to his left. We'll take the sure out at first. 1 away. Delgado to second.
Yeah, Delgado was already on the move. No play at second, especially because Macias was moving towards first base. Would never have been able to turn in time and make that. And also with Colmenares running pretty well. So the right play, 1 down.
Jess Williams now will dig into the box. Another left-handed hitter. I mean, if you're talking about a good lane for Diebel to bring Rutsky into this game, this is it. First pitch. Up and in, 1-0.
I tell you what, fans getting their money's worth.
Yeah, right?
Last night and tonight.
Talk about this game. We thought it could get delayed late into the night. Instead, it's been theater. We haven't even gotten to the fireworks yet. As the count evens up at 1-1. Here's the set. Pitch. Swinging a line drive. Down into right center, a base knock. Getting the wave around third is Delgado. Here's Glendenning's throw. It's on line, but past the catcher in Edwards to the backstop. And now to third will go Williams. He'll get there without a play. A little pinball right there. We got a 1-run game, and the tying run's 90 feet away. Well, here we go.
Jeez.
Climb into the driver's seat, I should say.
Wow. Hit hard.
And it did pull. We're talking about the throw from Glendenning. Edwards up the line, and he had to kind of stab at it on an in-between hop. A tough play.
So is that a single or a double on that? I think it's almost a single, isn't it?
I would give it a single.
Yeah.
Advances to second on the throw.
Yeah, exactly.
And then to third on an E9 on the errant throw.
I think you're right.
Kirokawa now could tie this game. Pitch is popped up. Should be deep enough as it carries Burke all the way back to the track. He makes the catch. Tagging from third and coming around to score is Williams to tie the game. Well, here we go. 7-7 here in the sixth. This game has had everything you could ever ask for if you like offense.
Crazy.
Well, clean slate now. 2 away.
Again.
For Tim Kennelly. And I'll tell you what, you look back on that strikeout wild pitch, there's not much the Aces really could have done after it went into the netting, and it created an opportunity for Perth to climb back in. Pitch on the way. Down low, ball 1. Pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. Big spot here for Rutsky. By the way, that error, the first charge of the night and the series for Melbourne. 1-1, fouled straight back. 1-2. Just shift on.
Sorry, Matt. Just looking at the score. Just never sure where the runs are going to come from. Right? Everyone's basically pitched in for both teams. Top of the order, bottom of the order. Guys you expect to hit them, guys you don't expect to hit them.
A lot of manufacturing tonight to go with the homers. 1-2. Skied foul, slicing out of play. Count will still hold. Well, this is probably Rutsky's last inning. Some stirring in the Aces bullpen. No one appears to be throwing, but a couple of guys up. One, two. Breaking ball, backs up. 2-2 now. Well, speaking of history, there's another guy to start chasing. It's Tim Kennelly, who leads in basically every offensive category in ABL history. We talked about it yesterday. Games played, homers, RBIs, hits. Next pitch is down low, 3-2. Been here since the inception of this league. He's been a mainstay here for Perth. Three-two. Look out over the dugout. Where's the water bottle? Still 3-2. I wonder if they kept it in the dugout. I was with them before the game when we had a little photo shoot with Declan Spears. Of course, this is the water bottle that got dented after a foul ball went into the dugout yesterday. And I was telling them they should just keep it. You know, the good mojo. I wonder if it's still in there. Here's the set, the 3-2. Down low, ball 4, and the go-ahead run is on base here for the Heat. So 2 down, Kennelly with good speed over at first base. Again, Perth able to tie it on the RBI single from Williams and the sac fly from Kawa. Kennelly walked. It's the first surrendered by Rutsky tonight. Here's John Diaz. He's already hit one out tonight as well. Pitch is a strike called, 0-1.
Good pitch.
Looking to get ahead, and he did exactly that.
Yep.
Oh, 1. Down low, 1-1. Diaz promoted to the 3 spot after a 1-for-4 day yesterday. Andy Kyle did some shuffling in the lineup, and it's worked. Kick in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. What a rip. 1-2.
Here we go again. Another big pitch. Another big at-bat. We've been saying it all night.
Rutsky just trying to keep this a tie game. Perth has scored at least 2 in each of the last 3 innings and a run in each of the last 4. Here's the set. And a check over to first base. Kennelly gets back in safely. One stolen base and one attempt this year so far for Kennelly.
Hey, it's not a bad run. I don't think he's going to go here just quietly, but who knows?
Here's the set. And the 1-2. Check swing down low, skips away from Edwards. The throw is not in time. Kennelly will slide in safely. So 2-2 the count. And Perth, who's still looking for its first lead of this round, has the go-ahead run in scoring position, and he'll be going on contact. And Edwards will head out to the mound to have a conversation.
It's been a much more difficult inning for a couple of innings for Rutsky, but especially this one is working a little, just not quite as sharp as he was in that first inning he worked, but give Perth credit. And as you said, that bad break on that strikeout that got away from Edwards and lodged on top of the net, that's just something you can't do anything about, really.
You can't. And again, both sides have taken advantage of some breaks here in this round, as they should. Good execution. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Macias dives. It's past him and into center. Kennelly getting the windmill around, and he will score. And Perth has climbed the mountain. They take their first lead of the weekend. It's 8-7. Good at-bat from Diaz. And a ball with eyes trickles through just past the dive of Macias. And here comes John Diebel.
Yeah, I think because Diaz is left-handed, obviously Macias is playing a little bit more of the shift to this side. And it just, as you say, seeing eye, just found the hole.
Well, we're going to see a new pitcher on the bump here for the Aces, making his ABL debut, Dovydas Nevrauskis, the big league experienced right-hander in, looking to keep this a one-run deficit. We'll be back after this. Perth leads at 8-7.
At Light and Easy, we're fueling the champions. Our ready-to-eat, healthy and delicious meals are the perfect addition to a performance diet. Fuel your passion and your performance. Light and Easy. Eat well and play hard.
Well, we welcome you back. Brand new ball game, 8-7 Perth here in the top of the sixth inning. And Dovydas Nevrauskis, the big league experienced right-hander, out to make his Melbourne Aces debut, the former Pittsburgh Pirate.
We know Lithuanians known for their basketball, very good basketball pedigree, of course. Arvydas Sabonis and his son, and Šarūnas Maršalonis, and you name it. There have been a ton of them, but only Lithuanian-born player in the history of Major League Baseball. And here
it's
he is.
Amazing. Four years in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. And he's got a fun personality from the capital of Lithuania as well. He's a tall right-handed hurler on top of that.
Do you know the capital of Lithuania? That would be Vilnius.
Yes, indeed. Yes, not as if I'm reading it off my roster sheet right now. Right?
10 seasons in the minors, spent one season in Japan with the Hiroshima Carp, one of the great names in all of baseball, and was with Jalisco in Mexico last year, or this past season.
With Greg Bird.
With Greg Bird.
Well, first hitter he'll face is Alex Hall, now bounding from the left side, and his first pitch is a heater in there for strike one. Nevrauskis is the fourth member of the Aces this year who has played at the major league level, joining Greg Bird, Aaron Whitefield, and Sean Moramando. Next pitch is just a little bit inside. Count evens up at 1-1.
He kind of looks like a basketball player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Tall guy, not too bulky, just...
Maybe he has some hoops experience.
Oh, he probably does, being Lithuanian, you'd suspect.
Well, making history as well. His father, and very present in the Lithuanian baseball community. Fouled straight back, 1-2.
I did read that, actually. Fascinating story, no doubt about it. 8-7. What a series this has been.
This game has been quite a story.
This game has been nuts.
Navarauskas Pearson for the sign. 1-2. Fastball taken upstairs. 2-2. Pull shift on for the left-handed hitter and Hall, who's already homered tonight. He now has 5. Just one behind Diesla for the league lead. Runner goes 2-2, breakable outside. They're on a second, not in time. Stolen base for Diaz, that's his 3rd. Leads the team. And some insurance and scoring position now here for Perth. Really good pitch to run on a breaking ball. Tough for Edwards, who also was setting up inside, so had to reach over towards his left.
Diaz has good speed as well, so you're right.
8 runs on 10 hits, an error for Perth. 7 runs on 9 hits and an error for the Aces. Navarauskas set. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Climb the ladder with an explosive fastball and gets a huge punch out to stop further trouble. But Perth pushes across 3, and they have an 8-7 lead. Bottom of the 6th on its way. We'll be back after this.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. We had a crazy one going on here. Perth Heat have come all the way back to take the lead 8-7 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Time to remind you that South Morang Motors features 12 top automakers, including Kia and Hyundai, as well as a high-quality selection of pre-owned vehicles and an award-winning service team. Take the stress and hassle out of selling your old car and buying a new one. Visit South Morang Motors today. Ed White, Max Tanzer with you here from Melbourne Ballpark. Chris Burke, and then at top of the order, Aaron Whitefield and Jared Dale against Will Sheriff, who's got a new lease on life after Perth come up with 2 runs in the 5th and 3 in the 6th, and they lead it 8-7. First pitch at Burke is a strike. That one's fouled away off the net. Quick 0-2 count against Berkey, who has walked and struck out tonight. Sheriff's given up 2 hits and a run in 1 inning of work. That one's high, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chris Burke. Max Tanzer out, checking out the weather. What's the rain update? Doesn't look like it's raining too hard, if at all, Max.
No, it's calmed down. It's looking good so far, and I think they'll be able to finish the rest of this game.
That's good news. Well, yeah, it is good news. 2-2 count on Chris Burke.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, too, is you almost wish with the weather that the pace was flipped from the previous 2 games.
Yeah.
This one popped up. Left side of the diamond. Karokawa squeezes it for out number 1. 2 hours and 15 minutes. brisk yesterday. And then we've had an offensive explosion on both sides of the ball. And we're going to see a pitching change. That'll be it for Sheriff. Does his job, and he's in line for the win. We still got a one-run game. Plenty of excitement brewing here at the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. It's an 8-7 Perth lead with a new pitcher coming in.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Back at Melbourne Ballpark, one down here in the 6th, and the Heat have made a miraculous comeback, leading 8-7 in the top of the 6th inning. They've scored all 8 of those runs over the last 4 innings of work. We have a new pitcher on the mound, no relation to Alex, right-hander Kieran Hall, out to try and keep this a 1-run lead for the Aces, or for the Heat, as the Aces send up the top of their lineup. Aaron Whitefield due up to lead things off. Then it'll be Jared Dale here in the bottom of the 6th. Both of those two have had good days. And if you're Andy Kyle, Sheriff did exactly what you wanted. Get some left-handers out, get you out of trouble, limit the damage.
Kieran Hall, 23-year-old, pitched for the Heat last year after 4 years in the States. Finished up at Evansville. So he'll step in here and try to finish what Will Sheriff started.
Whitefield 1 for 3 today. Has reached base twice. Singled in the second, scored a run. Reached on an E6 in the first. Also scored a run. As you get a look at some of the party areas, there's the man in charge, Justin Huber.
He's given up the suit and tie look for a jumper.
I had to give him so much credit yesterday wearing the suit and tie with how hot it was.
That. Could not believe that.
Hey, he is dedicated.
I thought he was going to look like he'd just come off a job going door to door making some sales. It was like, too hot. Take that tie off. But that's not how Hughes rolls. One of the great guys. Heck of a ball player, too, Max. Absolutely.
No doubt about that.
One of the best.
1-0. Inside with the heater, 2-0.
And spent a little bit of time in Portland playing for the famous Portland Beavers.
Did you ever see him?
I did not see him. I did not overlap with him. Some of the guys I saw were before Justin came to Portland, but we talked about that ballpark.
Popped foul out of play.
It's a very unique ballpark in Portland. Now it's been converted to soccer for the Portland Timbers, but in the old days had a very short left field, kind of a monster in left field.
Okay.
And Janssen Swimwear had a woman diving, like a little statue almost, that would sit there, and you could, if you hit that Jansen lady, you would win some prize or something.
That's amazing.
Very quirky. And it was also right on Morrison Street, so if you hit a home run over the left field out of the ballpark, it would land on the street.
Oh, wow.
It's great if someone hit one that far, which I saw a couple times.
2-2. Just a little bit low.
Oh.
Delgado thought he had the call, 3-2.
Whitey with another great eye. He's looked at some really good pitches tonight.
Look at the reach base for the third time. Represents the tying run. 3-2. Popped foul again. Count will hold. And again, I think for Whitefield, number one, just trying to get on base with his speed. Caused some havoc.
Yep.
And while it is a little bit late in this game, it's not as late as it feels with how long this one's been going. The Aces still have plenty of time, 10 outs to work with. 3-2 again. Breaking ball scalded to third. Off the heel, the glove of Karukawa is thrown out in time. Whitefield will reach on an error, then runs a marathon into foul ground down the right field line, and the tying run's on base.
Yeah, the second you saw that bobbled, you knew that the speed of Whitefield, and give him a little credit here because it kind of looks like, oh, ho-hum, I'm going to be out. But he gets that speed going, which you know he has, beats it out easily. Yeah, a little bit of a trip there.
I hope he's okay. I think he was just pushing as far as he could, just trying not to fall.
Yeah.
That's always a little scary.
So that's going to be a hit for Whitefield.
All right, look at that. That'll be his second hit of the day then. Pitch to Dale. Down low, 1-0. So now the go-ahead run at the plate, and you know Aaron Whitefield's ready to go. Pull shift on for Dale, who's already homered once tonight. Check over to first. Whitefield back in safely. Aaron stolen 2 bases. Those both came in the first. Would end up coming around to score on the Bird RBI single. At this point of the game, with the way this game is going, every run counts. Another move to first. Whitefield back in. Again, no limit on disengagements.
No, and they're not trying to pick him off either. They're just trying to keep him close. Bowie's not even trying to make a tag. It's just about keeping him close, as you say.
All set. 1-0. Down and away. Gets away from Delgado to the backstop. Whitefield didn't even have to attempt the steal. He gets to second on the wild pitch.
After all that.
Tying run in scoring position.
Nice.
And a hitter's count for Dale at that as well. One of the most consistent hitters in this lineup for the Aces as we get another look. It didn't even touch the dirt. I think that's one. Again, he missed his spot, but Delgado maybe would like to have back behind the plate. Hitter's count. All set. 2-0. Chopped out to short. Colmenares plays in the long hop. Slings to first. It's wide, but Dale is tagged out for out number 2. Whitefield holds at second.
Yeah, it's a tough one to see it just in the wrong spot for Whitey at second.
Well, here's Robbie Glendenning, fresh off of what was a go-ahead homer. He's looking to keep the line moving here. Middle of the order on deck as well with Greg Bird and Arturo Diasa to follow. Pitch. Swing and a miss late in the fastball, 0-1.
That's a nice heater there from Hall.
That was. And a big rip from Glendenning. He was also hit by a pitch, struck out in the first as well. Pull shift on. Outfield playing him just about straight up. 0-1. Swing and a line drive, softly hit down into center, a base hit. Whitefield is burning around third. The throw from Diaz is cut off. Whitefield scores, runs into the umpire. Hopefully Jeff Dunn's okay as they both somersault to the ground. We've seen everything tonight. We're tied at 8. They give each other a little hug right there. Looks like we're all good. Oh, my goodness. Whitefield runs faster than anyone here in this ballpark.
Oh, man, there's your play of the game.
We can laugh because it looks like he's okay. But what a piece of hitting from Glendenning. Again, just blooping this one into shallow center. And Whitefield right into Dunn. Watch out. Oh, man. Tried to hold him up, and then they both fall down. Little WWE here at Melbourne Ballpark. And Dunn gets up. He's okay.
He's a tough guy. Come on. You know?
Well, we're tied.
Wow.
The tug-of-war affair continues.
What a game.
Jeff Donnie, you are my favorite umpire in the ABL. He's called a good game tonight, too. All set. The pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. A big rip from Bird.
Yeah, big cut from Bird there.
0-1. At RBI for Glendenning. That's his second of the night. He's now got 5 on this season. Here's the set. The 0-1. Strike called, 0-2.
It was always going to take a good throw to nail Whitefield at home plate, and when it was slightly offline, you knew he was home.
Oh, 2. Down and away, 1-2. Well, that ball to the backstop that got Whitefield to second not only eliminated a double play opportunity on the impeding ground ball to short, but allows Whitefield to come around to score as well. 1-2 the count. Hall steps off. 16 runs, and we're not even in the 7th. The Aces have now scored 18 runs over the last 2 nights. They're just about a game and a half. 1-2. Swing and a foul tip held on by Delgado. 4 strike 3, but not before some more 2-out production by the Aces. An RBI single from Robbie Glendinning ties things up at 8. We're heading to the 7th. Don't leave your seats. We're just getting started here at Melbourne Ballpark.
At Light and Easy, we're fueling the champions. Our ready-to-eat, healthy and delicious meals are the perfect addition to a performance diet. Fuel your passion and your performance. Light and Easy. Eat well and play hard.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. I hope you have your baseball bingo card out because you've probably won bingo about 17,000 times with everything we've seen tonight. We're tied at 8 here in the top of the 7th as Dovydas Neverauskas comes out for his first full inning of work. And we have seen run scoring aplenty. We've seen a massive record broken. We've seen what feels like a dozen homers, 10 hits on both sides of the ball, and then a little umpire-player collision to cap things off.
Oh, boy, you're right. What a crazy game it's been. 8-8, 10 hits apiece.
That's baseball. Well, Alex Hall.
Actually, it might be 11 for the Aces if I'm done my... I have to go back and double-check that.
Boyarsky to lead things off. First pitch is lined in a left down a base hit.
Of course it is.
His second of the night. He's reached now 3 times. And the go-ahead runs at first here with nobody out. Are we playing backyard baseball right now?
A number of times you've said tying run is on first, go-ahead run is on first. It's unbelievable.
It's like we're playing tug-of-war in the backyard.
Yeah. And I think... Maybe wrong, Max. I'm not the stats guy per se, but is Bowie the only person that has not reached base in both seasons? I know Delgado hasn't. He's only starting tonight. I'm just trying to think of the guys who've played both nights.
I think you'd be right. I mean, everybody but Bowie and Delgado has reached today.
Yeah, so there you go.
Kurokawa didn't reach yesterday. Kennelly didn't reach yesterday.
But they've both reached today.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
1-0. Popped up on the infield.
That's
the catcher,
playable.
Edwards, ranging up the line. George is going to call him off here. Good call. Makes the catch 1 away. Tough angle for Edwards, the catcher. And a big out, number 1, to retire Bowie.
Yeah, good communication. It's been that way in both of these games, in the outfield, the infield. Great stuff there, as you mentioned. Tough one for Edwards, even though he was on it initially and George calls him off. It's very often, we talk about in baseball, the guy coming in has an easier play than the guy going out. That's normally how it works.
Couldn't have said it better. Here's Anderson Delgado looking to reach base for the first time. He's had a busy night behind the plate. Comfy spot to watch a game.
Just going to say that. What a spot to watch the game.
A game as chaotic as this one.
That's what you need, just to kick back and watch this thing.
It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie playing out in front of us. Chaos everywhere. 1-0. Down low. Good stop from Edwards. 2-0.
Great block.
Hitters count for Delgado, who's playing in his 11th game so far of the year. 2-0. Swing, and this one's pounded on a line to center. Whitefield across to his left. Squeezes it for out number 2. Delgado stung it, but right in the tracks of the Aces center fielder.
Yeah, it was hit hard. Hit very hard, but Whitefield all over it. 2 down.
For Carlos Colmenares, and he has had a productive day.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? Plays well in the field as well. 2 for 3 yesterday.
A Rays product, 20 years old, out of Venezuela, and he's shown a lot of promise. First pitch, upstairs, 1-0.
I wonder if guys like the Rays who are keeping an eye on him, or the, these major league guys are watching our broadcast. They're going, who are these clowns? They don't know our players. They don't know what they're talking about.
1-0. 2-0 now. I was in St. Pete last year. I'm a little familiar with the Rays.
I was going to say, yeah, you maybe not me. No, I'm just being facetious.
But
it would be interesting to have them keep an eye on these guys playing in this league over here, which is a really interesting sort of league.
2-0. Strike call 2-1. Well, what I think is interesting, too, and it's similar with the Rangers who have sent over Macias and Diesla, is they're choosing younger guys who are at the lower levels right now, guys who are earlier in the development process.
Yep.
And get them more extended time. I think the beauty of this is, especially for guys who may have been hurt in the full season, down low, 3-1, or just didn't get as much playing time as they would have liked, you can then extend their season and give them an extra, if not the full 40 games, 20 games, 10 games, whatever it may be. And it's the same for players from the KBO, the MPB. That's why you see so many partnerships. 3-1, upstairs ball 4. Walk to Colmenares. First and second now, here with 2 away for Jess Williams.
4th walk of the night for Aces pitching after none last night. Williams hits the last 2 at-bats.
Hits in big spots as well.
This is the 3rd consecutive at-bat in a row. 5th inning, 6th inning, and now the 7th inning.
Just a little bit upstairs, 1-0. Neverauskis looking to walk the tightrope right here. 1-0. Check swing, he went around. Snap through to first, not in time. Diesla thought he had him, but I believe he just snuck his foot in there. But a heads-up play from Edwards. Get another look here. Especially when there's a runner on second, a lot of times you can catch the back runner off guard. And
yeah, he's in.
They almost got him.
He is in, you're right.
One. Breaking ball, a good one. Bends it across the inside corner, 1-2.
That's a nice pitch. I don't think Hall thought so, but or Williams, I should say.
Well, Perth looking to take the lead right back. Go ahead run at second base. That's Boyarski with good speed, and he'll be going on contact. Fans getting into it again. It's been a loud night at the park. 1-2, buckled him, but he holds back. 2-2. That was nasty.
Sure was, but good discipline from Jess Williams.
A veteran here of the ABL. Neverauskis now steps off. Just arrived a couple days ago, by the way. Getting familiar with this Aces club and Melbourne in general. 2-2. Fouled straight back. Just got a piece, and we're still alive.
Ball bounced back down.
Torpedo down the stairs, and they're racing over. Boyarski takes his lead from second. Neverauskis, the 2-2 again. Breaking ball, just got a piece again.
What an at-bat from Williams here.
Ooh. A lot of room on the left side of the diamond with the shortstop Dale ranging up the middle behind Boyarsky at second. Again, your arms in the outfield. Birkin left, Whitefield in center, Glendinning in right. 2-2. Inside, 3-2. What a plate appearance pieced together here from Williams.
3-2.
Runners will be going. The payoff. Swing, and this one's hitting the air to deep right field, but Glendinnings's got it measured. He makes the catch to end the inning. Dovydas Neverauskas, in his Aces debut, puts up a couple zeros and keeps this a tie ball game. Well, it's time for a much-needed stretch here at the ballpark. Bottom of the seventh coming up, knotted at 8 here in Melbourne.
When enjoying a punt, easy does it with Punt 123. Punt123.bet is your home for all your punting needs with same race multis and same game multi options, including daily promotions on all the major sporting and racing events. It's punting made easy. Get in the game with Punt 123. Visit punt123.bet or download the app today. Gamble responsibly. If gambling becomes an issue for you, call 1-800-858-858.
Enjoying some popcorn, enjoying the seventh inning stretch, and enjoying quite a ball game. We've seen it all. We're tied at 8 as we're heading to the bottom of the seventh inning. Max Tanzer here, joined alongside Ed Wyatt. It has been quite a ball game. I'd imagine for some here it might be their first, and hopefully they're loving it because it's been chaotic all night long. Arturo Diasa will lead things off.
Popcorn is appropriate. This thing's been pure cinema, no doubt about it. A lot of fun to watch. Maybe not as much fun to be part of because it's kind of going back and forth, but
it's a heavyweight fight.
It is.
It's gritty.
Very much so. Ali, Frazier, whatever you want to say. Hearns, Hagler, going way back to one of the great fights. But, yeah, it's been something else.
Diasa shows bunt. Pulls back. 0-1.
Now, you said we've seen a lot.
Yeah.
No, we said we've seen a lot. If we see Diasa lay down a bunt, that'll be on the bingo card.
Pitch is down low, 1-1. I've seen him bunt during BP, and I think it is quite a sight to behold. Just because you're thinking it's the last guy who's going to drop down a bunt.
Fight.
Here's the set and the 1-1. Oh, tried to untie this one with one swing, 1-2.
Good pitch. High heat. Hard to connect with.
1-2.
1-2. Pounded foul over the dugout. Count still holds. Arturo's had a good night so far. 2 hits, a double, the homer that we mentioned. He now leads the league with his 6.
Fight.
1-2. Fouled straight back. Got a fastball. Top of the zone. Count will still hold.
There's some action in the Aces bullpen. Looks like Taiki Ono throwing.
Hard throwing right-handers. That one misses inside 2-2. That's another example of Delgado thinking he had strike 3 and then looking back at home plate umpire Jeff Don.
Welcome to the ABL.
2-2 the count on Diasa. Pitch. Breaking ball. Backed up. Misses inside 3-2.
That's a good eye there from Diasa.
Time's up.
And he would take the walk. Again, he's very aggressive up there.
There is Ono. in the bullpen.
3-2.
And he's been a high leverage guy so far this year.
Fight.
Big pitch, dare I say it, Max?
One of the many. Pitch, swinging a line drive, looping into shallow right center. It's front of Diaz, and a base hit for Diesla. He's got a homer, double, and single. Maybe he gets a triple. I don't know. Either way, the go-ahead run's aboard. Take another look. Good piece of hitting.
What an at-bat.
Little
Guy can do
slicer.
it all, can he? Gee.
Just stays inside of it. Well, here's Daryl George after making history. Launched his 40th career homer, 40th homer with the Aces, to propel him into the all-time home run leader. First pitch, a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Also now full possession for the 10th most homers in ABL history. Passes the great Brad Harmon.
Yeah, Brad Harmon, as I said last inning, he launched quite a few rockets in this ballpark.
0-2. Well, now he's chasing Logan Wade and Andrew Campbell, who each have 41. And that would move him into 8th place all-time. The all-time leader, Tim Kennelly, of course, who's playing left field tonight with 63. I don't think it's out of the picture for him to get to 45 to at least match David Sutherland for what would be 6th place, is that one's upstairs 1 and 2. And who knows, maybe goes on a tear and sees more. We know he's got the pop. 1 and 2 the count. I'm sure right now the focus more on breaking this tie right here. 1-2. Swinging a looper, shallow left. Back out is the shortstop, Coleman Harris. I don't know how he got a piece of that. 1 away.
Yeah, off the bat, I initially thought it might drop in, but no such luck. And we may have another pitching change here, Max. Indeed, we do.
We do. And I think they're going to bring in a lefty for Antonis Macias, who will be due up. Go-ahead run at first base. That's Arturo Diasa. We'll tell you all about the new southpaw when we return here in Melbourne.
OmniGraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with OmniGraphics for your next printing project.
A lot of dancing at the ballpark tonight. All the kiddos enjoying an 8-8 ball game as we sit tied in the bottom of the 7th inning. New left-hander on the mound. It's going to be Jihan Park, one of the other KBO products here for Perth, and he's going to look to face a couple of lefties here, a switch hitter as well in between, and try and keep this knotted at 8.
Yeah, Korean, 23-year-old Korean, and we always talk about whether or not you say Park Jihan or Jihan Park, because they often do it differently from the West. But we were told by the translator we spoke with that his nickname is David. So
perfect.
Okay, Park Jihan, Jihan Park, or David, however we want to go with that. But he's left-hander, as you mentioned. NC Dinos, was drafted in 2019, but has yet to appear in the Major League, the KBO. And he's in here in I don't want to say a sticky situation, but certainly an important situation.
And a good test here for Antonis Macias against a good left-handed pitcher right here trying to get out of trouble. Macias hasn't particularly fared well against the southpaw this year, so looking to come up with a clutch knock.
I was watching the discussion during the break also. It's really interesting because the translator's got to, I would presume, go Spanish to Korean.
You're
because
right.
He's got a Spanish catcher, which I've seen at the Asian Cup. So the Asian Cup was here years ago, and the Japanese team's translator was unbelievable. He would take questions from journalists in Spanish, Italian, French, English, then go to the Japanese coach and player, and then translate it back. It was just remarkable. I'd never seen anything like it.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was insane.
Jack of all trades. I wonder how many translators out there can do that. That's impressive. Well, here's Macias. First pitch is a fastball taken outside for ball one. Macias, fresh off of one of the biggest nights of his baseball career, his first professional home run in game one of this series. Capped what was a 10-2 win for Melbourne. 1-0. Fouled straight back. Count evens up at 1-1.
So we've got a Korean pitcher, a Venezuelan catcher, and a Mexican batter.
We do.
In the Australian Baseball League. How good is that?
Great representation from all over the
good.
world. And then a Dominican Republic
Gone
native
first
at first base.
with an Aussie.
It's perfect.
It's great.
1-1. Swing and a line drive, softly hit, shallow right center. It's down, a base hit. Good work from Antonis Macias. Picking up a knock lefty on left to keep the line moving. That's his first hit of the night. And now the switch hitter, Mitchell Edwards, will bat from the right side. Here's another look.
Yeah, just dropped it in there. Good work.
Diesla represents the go-ahead run once again at second base. Sound like a broken record.
Every inning we've said that.
But a much important go-ahead run. And knowing how runs have been hanging on trees tonight, you got to take advantage of every opportunity. First pitch to Edwards. Swing and it's cranked foul. A mile out of play for strike one. Almost hit that train right there.
It's back on that second diamond
Was that a
over
bus?
there.
I think it's a bus.
No, it's a train. It's train tracks over there.
Well, there we go. Edwards maybe looking to send one to the train tracks here.
Fight.
Diesla at second, Macias at first. One away, double play is in order. The pitch.
Oh, again.
Watch out. 0-2.
Got a flashlight. You can go back there and chase a couple of balls. They're hitting the exact same spot.
Yeah. It looks like there are some fans or wanting to climb the fence, I should say.
They'll try anything to get a ball.
That's our construction zone, so not allowed to go in there.
No.
0-2 the count at Edwards, looking to protect. Chris Burke on deck. 0-2. Down low, 1-2. And it actually looks like Jared Belbin is in the on-deck circle.
It is. You're right. He
in
is.
Chris Burke's spot.
He is.
So he would go directly into the game.
Yeah, like for like, for sure.
Interesting, too, a lefty to pinch hit for a lefty against a lefty on the hill. 1-2. Breaking ball, popped foul, this time to the right side. Count will still hold.
Good pitch and good job staying alive there for Mitch.
Park, 23 years old. Yet to appear in the KBO, but part of the NC Dinos organization, a draft pick in 2019. 1-2 again. Soft ground ball could be 2 to second. Williams goes to second for 1. They'll relay to first in time. Look at that. Beautifully turned, a 4-6-3 inning-ending twin killer to strand the go-ahead run at second base. We head to the top of the 8th, tied at 8 here in Melbourne.
OmniGraphics, your leaders in super wide format printing across Australia. With 2 full-scale production facilities in Queensland and Victoria, our centres are equipped to handle the most ambitious printing projects, backed by a dedicated team of over 70 full-time staff. We specialise in a wide range of print formats, from billboards and banners to retail and events. We deliver impactful solutions that stand out in any environment. Our commitment to excellence includes continuous investment in cutting-edge technology, ensuring precision, speed, and reliability. This allows us to tackle even the most complex printing requirements with ease. Dream, design, deliver. Partner with Omnigraphics for your next printing project.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. The Aces and the Heat tied at 8 apiece in what is turning into a classic here between these two clubs. Just a phenomenal performance on both ends offensively after the Aces blew out yesterday 10-2. Reminder, special thanks to Ned Australian Whiskey, the official whiskey of the ABL. Visit nedwhiskey.com.au for a limited edition Ned and ABL collaboration premium Aussie whiskey. Ned, it's Aussie for bourbon. Taiki Ono into the game here for the Aces. The hard-throwing right-hander's been used in plenty of high-leverage spots, and John Diebel calls his name again.
Yeah, it's, look, we keep saying important spot, high leverage, whatever you want to say. Just a crazy game, and you just want to come in, and if someone can shut down a team 1-2-3, I can't even imagine. I'm trying to remember, other than the first 2 innings, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it in terms of a 1-2-3 inning. As I look back, no, there was another one in the fourth. The Aces went down 1-2-3 in the fourth. But just been one of those crazy games, Max. I mean, look at runs. Perth scored none in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, none in the seventh. Aces 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, none in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and none in the seventh. So just a plethora of runs.
Of the 14 half innings, only 5 of them have been scoreless frames.
Yeah, crazy.
Unbelievable. For Ono, this will be his 4th outing of the season. Make that his 5th. His last was his 4th. That was on Sunday. In Sydney, tossed a scoreless inning, ended up striking out the side. He's now done that twice this year. He's a guy who has plenty of experience, really good stuff, can struggle with his command from time to time, but he'll need to fill up the strike zone here.
And Jared Belbin is in the game in left field, Max.
I gotta hope that
will
Chris
lead
Burke's
off.
okay.
I think he'll lead off. Yeah, you're right. He did have that little sort of thing at second base, wasn't it, after that slide?
Well, leading things off will be Kirukawa here. Kennelly to follow. Top of the order here for Perth as Ono falls behind 2-0. This is the first time this year the Aces have played a game that's been potentially tied after 8 innings. Pitch is a strike, 2-1. They've played 2 games that have been tied after 7 innings, and they've split both of those. That fastball at 97. 2-1. Fouled straight back, 2-2.
Yeah, it's a nice recovery from Ono there. That 2-0 pitch was something special. Fastball, no chance.
This game approaching the 3-hour mark. 10:05 local time. 2-2. Down low, 3-2. First pitch at just about 7:20 tonight. We'll be back on air tomorrow as well. 7 o'clock first pitch on Saturday. So get a look at manager John Diebel and pitching coach Peter Moylan. And then back at it for a Sunday matinee. Final time these two teams will meet here in the regular season in Melbourne.
There's people in Perth just sitting down having dinner. Click on the game.
It's really more like a dessert at this point with how good it's been. 3-2. Oh, just got a piece. Old foul. Count still full here. Hirakawa's had an eventful night. He's driven in a couple of runs now. An RBI double, an RBI single, and a sac fly that tied the game back in the 6th inning. Ono set. Count full. 3-2. Just got a piece. Still full.
He's kind of like your classic bounce back that we talked about. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts yesterday. Comes back with that tonight.
And described as a guy who puts the ball in play a lot. Good bat-to-ball skills. A little bit of a slap hitter as well. Did hit a grand slam last weekend. Payoff. Upstairs ball 4. Leadoff walk to Kurokawa, who has good speed. Now so important potential 9th run here for Perth at first base. Here's Tim Kennelly. Kennelly singled to the 5th, walked back in the 6th inning on top of that. Broken 0 for 6 skid to start the series. This ball game started with Jonathan Tripp, what seems like 10 hours ago. He tossed 4 innings. Pitch from Ono. Kennelly shows bunt, pops it up into a parking lot. 0-1. That got over everything. I flinched a little. I thought it was coming to us. It was over our heads.
Longest bunt in the history of the ABL, that one.
Negative 25 feet. 0-1 the count here. Hard to bunt 99 miles an hour on the top shelf, I'm sure. Oh-1. Fouled straight back. Took a good rip. 0-2.
That's one where you see the people right behind home plate covering their faces, even though there's a net. Just a reaction.
In those nice little comfy chairs in the home plate suites. Great place to watch a game.
Sure is.
Saw a couple shots of them earlier. Kurokawa takes his lead from first base. Ono set. 0-2. Swinging a soft line drive over Macias and in the center of base hit. Kennelly picks up his second knock, and it's first and second. Nobody out here for Perth.
Just kind of pushed that one, didn't he, into the outfield.
Really good piece of hitting. Just detoned it. No chance for Whitefield playing straight up in center. Here's John Diaz. He's been in the middle of everything so far this evening. Corners drawn in, ready for a potential bunt. Middle back, looking to turn 2. George at a 45-degree angle, ready for anything. Pitch. Swinging a soft looper to short. Dale snatches it out of the air. 1 away.
That's a break. If you're Taiki Ono, that's a big break.
I wonder if there was a thought of smacking that one down to potentially turn 2 there. There was the rare one where you can't call the infield fly because it's not a pop-up. It's just a soft line drive. Although, you got to play it safe.
No, you do.
Especially in a spot like this.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe if you're up by a couple. I've seen it done before, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Here's Alex Hall. Switch hitter batting left. Ono set. First pitch. Breaking ball backs up. Down and away, ball 1.
It's a big out, that one.
Huge. Especially some soft contact as well.
Yeah.
Hall.
Good hitter with good speed.
He's 1 for 4. Fouled straight back, 1-1. Homered. I came back in the 4th inning. Outfield playing Hall very deep. Whitefield playing with his shadow on the track right now. 1-1. Flown foul, 1-2.
Now that is a train going by, Max. That's not a bus.
That's not a bus?
No, that's a train.
That'd be a really long bus, I'll tell you that. Oh, that one's going the other way. A better view of that one. The other one was kind of dark. It was hard to tell. 1-2. Fouled straight back again. 1-2. Buses look like trains in America, I guess. Right? Boyorski on deck, so this is a big out here for Ono. He's already reached 99 on his fastball tonight. Set from the first base side. 1-2. Check swing, and he went around. Got him for strike 3.
Wow.
Hall goes down for the 3rd time tonight on strikes, and it doesn't get bigger than that for Ono.
Yeah, no, that was huge. No doubt about it. Now you got 2 outs. Still got the dangerous Boyarski to deal with, but you do have 2 outs. There's that you can see sort of breaks. I think he knew it. There was no sort of histrionics or anything from Alex Hall.
Boyorski, who has been the hottest hitter of this series for Perth, digs in. Could give him the lead. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1. He's reached base 3 times, 2 singles. 5 hits in the series, including a homer and a couple of runs batted in. 0-1. Foul straight back, chased a breaking ball.
Oh,
0-2 as that one gets in to the sweets down there. Look out.
how did that get in there? Oh, I see.
Wearing a Mariners hat.
Yeah.
Little throwback trident. Oh, watch out.
He's got the trident going.
There's windows over there. Got to be careful. 0-2 the count. Big spot. Bayorski looking to clutch up one more time. Oh, no, set. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Torpedoes a fastball behind Bayorski for a huge out number 3. We into the bottom of the 8th, tied at 8. Oh, no. Finds the other side of the tightrope. We'll be back after this.
One Love is there for the moments with the people you love the most. To share the highs and the lows together. It's the one for all people, all times, and all places. Brick Lane's One Love Pale Ale. It's the one for all.
Light and Easy's award-winning healthy meal delivery service features over 235 delicious breakfasts, lunches and dinners for everyone to enjoy. From those who want to lose weight to those who want to gain more free time. From those who want to be a little healthier to those a little older who want to age well. There's no shopping or cooking and there's no contracts or subscriptions. Just your choice of affordable, ready-to-eat meals delivered to your door when you need them. Visit lightandeasy.com.au today.
Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. Tied at 8 in the bottom of the 8th inning as Gian Park. David comes out for another inning of work. Let's take a look at our play of the game for tonight, brought to you by Aces Sporting Club. And a fitting moment for Daryl George. His 40th career homer, 40th homer as an ace. He is the all-time Aces home run king, passing Brad Harmon as they entered the season with 39 apiece. What a moment, Ed.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. As we talked about, his importance to the Aces over the years, still as important as ever. And that also just kind of takes the pressure off. The idea that we've been waiting for this. We thought it might happen at the end of last year. It didn't. Now we come to this season. Now it's done. Not that he was worried about it. Probably more that we were worried about it. But it's done, and we can move on.
Your play of the game, again, brought to you by Aces Sporting Club, a premium golf practice facility based in Altona, right here in Melbourne's western suburbs. They host birthdays, engagements, key milestones, and more. For more info, visit accessportingclub.com. Jared Belbin will lead things off. Came into the game as a defensive replacement for Chris Burke. Lefty on left, Park fires his first pitch. Check swing, and he does not go around. Ball 1. If Belbin can reach the potential winning run here at the bottom of the 8th, again, 9th inning's happening no matter what, but would reach for the top of the order and Aaron Whitefield on deck. Good recipe for success. No one up in the Perth bullpen as well. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Took a mighty rip. Comes up empty to even it up.
Just got the feeling, the way this one's gone, there's a twist. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Who knows?
Maybe 10 at this point. This game could go 20 innings, it feels like. 1-1 to Belbin. Check swing. Strike called.
Yeah,
1-2.
Gonna say, I think he did go on that one.
For Belbin, hitting just under $150. Again, a small sample size for him. This is his first game. Or did get an at-bat yesterday, of course, in the blowout, but played a couple of games in Sydney. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a line drive, softly hit. It's down, a base hit. Go-ahead run on board. Here in the 8th inning, tied at 8. Belbin picks up the clutch knock, and good speed over at first base as well for the top of the order and Aaron Whitefield.
That's a huge hit for Belbin. As you mentioned, average not that great. Good at-bat. Important inning. Leads off with a single. That's great stuff from Jared.
So now Aaron Whitefield who's been all over the base paths. He's reached 3 times, a couple of hits, and 3 runs scored. On top of that, a collision with Jeff Dunn, the home plate umpire. First pitch from Park. Taken down low, 1-0.
We always see Jeff at the ballpark when we're here. We'll have to
I'm excited to talk to him
about
tomorrow. You don't see it happen too often.
No.
He was a good sport about it, though. Showed off some athleticism, getting back up quickly. A lot of poise. 1-0. Down low, 2-0.
Yep, time's up.
Jared Dale on deck, then Robbie Glendenning. A stack of right-handed hitters with the lefty in Park in the game. In fact, now it'll be 3 consecutive, and then you got Greg Bird.
2 balls. Play.
Diesla to follow after that. Hitters count for Whitefield. Snap throw to first. Belvin back in safely. The Aces really haven't played tight ball games like this too often this year. Only one one-run game. That was a loss. 2-0. Inside 3-0. Well, you're going to have to find the zone here. I'm sure Whitefield, if he does have the green light, is going to be as selective as he's ever been. Free pass pushes Belbin into scoring position. Park set at the belt. The 3-0. He shows bunt, taking all the way. It's a strike. 3-1.
That reminds me of Little League, where it's 3-0 and you square around a fake bunt and you pretend everyone knows you're not actually going to bunt.
I think he almost got Delgado there a little bit. Just sometimes the barrel is right in front of the catcher's eyes and it's hard to pick it up. Didn't catch it cleanly. Whitefield, a good spot here to find something to drive. 3-1. Rolled foul, 3-2. Most of the crowd is stuck around here. Good crowd here on this Friday night. Still waiting for some fireworks post-game.
Seeing a heck of a ball game, no doubt about that. Wow.
Belbin takes his lead from first base. Whitefield entering tonight hitting just a tick under 380. Check to first. Belbin back in safely. Good move right there from Park. Really toying with that angle.
Always amazed at how the bat speed of Whitefield, when he sort of holds it casually, you know, when you look at him, he doesn't hold it up because he's really close to his body. So it's amazing strength and speed.
Rotational acceleration. 3-2. Breaking ball just upstairs, ball 4.
Wow.
A gutsy take, but Whitefield confident in it. Pushes Belbin into scoring position.
Fourth gutsy take, as you said, of the night. Watch this. It's unbelievable. It's a great look.
Just a little bit upstairs, maybe a smidge inside, and Andy Kyle will go to his bullpen. It's nitty-gritty time here at Melbourne Ballpark. 8-8 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody out, first and second for a hot-hitting Jared Dale. Right-hander coming in for the Heat. We'll tell you all about him when we come back. Welcome back to Melbourne Ballpark. 8-8 your score. It has been a ball game tonight, to say the least. I think that's an understatement. Bottom of the 8th inning, first and second, nobody out for Jared Dale as you take a look at Aaron Whitefield, who will resume this inning over at first base. Jared Belbin, the go-ahead run at second. We got a new right-hander on the mound here, another Team Australia legend, Warwick Southpole. At the Premier 12 tournament, made his start, 5 innings of 1-run ball against the Dominican Republic. Here he is in a high-leverage relief spot, trying to keep this a tie game for the Heat.
He's another one of those guys with plenty of Major League experience with the Detroit Tigers. Also in Korea with the Hanwha Eagles, who we saw here last summer and we'll see again this summer. So, as you mentioned, 34 years old, 13th season with the Heat. Like Kennelly, just one of those legends, really. And you don't throw that term around loosely because he's one of those guys that has just been a part of this ABL and this Perth Heat franchise for so long.
Well, he's looking to continue to add to his legacy here. Jared Dale digs in here, and he's had a good night so far. A 3-run homer that came back in the second inning. Just about 7 for 17 this year. He's been so good. Third baseman in Karokawa playing in front of the bag at third, ready for a bunt if Dale wants to drop one down. You have Robbie Glendinning, another right-handed hitter on deck, and then Greg Bird and Diesla to follow. Corners in front of the bag. Dale shows bunt early and pulls back for ball 1.
Just about to ask you if you think, would you bunt here?
You got the meat of your lineup coming up.
Yeah.
Just need 1 run. If you score, then Perth is all of a sudden 3 outs away from losing this one.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting and decent call here.
See if the wheel play is potentially on. 1-0. It's not. Pitch is bunted perfectly up the third base line. Throw to third, a gutsy one, not in time.
That's a great bunt from Jared Dale. I'm not convinced that would have drifted foul, but he can't risk that. I get why he made the play. What a great bunt.
You could see Delgado, as he gets out of the crouch, super aggressive. He was pushing to get that force out at third base. And it was closer than I initially thought it was going to be. But Belbin with good speed able to slide in safely. A chance to really break this one open now. Bases loaded. Nobody out for who other than Robbie Glendinning. Tied at 8 here in the bottom of the 8th. Infield drawn in. Forces it all backs. They likely will come all down to this. You got Glendinning, Bird, and Diesla in that order. Due up. Pitch is a strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1.
Let's not forget, too, that Glendinning played 4 seasons in Perth before coming over here, so he knows some of these guys very well, and they know him very well.
The narratives are writing themselves. Great speed of the base paths. Belbin at third, Whitefield at second, Dale at first. Southpole steps off. Again, no pitch clock, no disengagement limits here in the Australian Baseball League. He can take as much time as he wants, and he can step off and reset as much as he wants.
Probably needed it tonight.
In a high-leverage spot like this, particularly, too. Team Australia teammate against Team Australia teammate. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Went after a breaking ball. 0-2.
Time's up.
A couple of veterans here. Former teammates at Perth, teammates at Team Australia, as you mentioned. A lot of drama.
We're with each other overseas just a couple of weeks ago. Now only one of them can go back to the dugout happy here. Arms left to right in the outfield, Kennelly, Diaz, and Boyorski. Fly ball does the job, but Glendinning will have to protect, and Southpole will step off again.
Warwick Southpole, needless to say, has been in a number of these situations. It won't faze him mentally, that's for sure.
0-2. Down low to the backstop. Here comes Belbin, and it scoots underneath the netting. Aces take a 9-8 lead just like that.
Wow. Well, we said we've seen it all. We continue to see it all.
With 2 strikes, 2. A breaking ball down to the dirt, that 5-hole Delgado, the catcher. And it immediately was ruled a dead ball once it scooted underneath. Jared Belbin getting his steps in this inning for good reason. 9-8 your score now. The Aces will find themselves 3 outs away from a win in the top of the 9th. Looking for more, though. Going to get greedy here. Infield still in for Perth. 1-2. Check swing, did he go? Appeal, says he did. That's Takuya Mizuguchi who rug him up for strike 3. Get another look at it right here, and he definitely did.
Yeah, he broke for sure.
So that wild pitch, that much more important, is Greg Bird will dig in, and I think they'll intentionally walk him. We'll see.
Feel free to intentionally walk in when you got Diesla on deck. Feel free.
I was thinking maybe you want to face the righty, Diesla on deck, but they'll go with Bird here. Infield still in, a little bit further back, about halfway now. Second and third, one down the pitch. Rolled foul, 0-1. In the 9th inning for Perth, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Bowie, Delgado, and Colmenares. They'll hope it's just a one-run deficit. With one swing, Bird can give the Aces quite the cushion, a much-needed cushion, in fact. Ono now in line for the win. Now pulled set, the 0-1. Down low, this one skips away from Delgado. Whitefield can walk home. A 2-run lead for the Aces. It's 10-8 here in the 8th.
That is unbelievable.
It's the little things that you got to take advantage of. And after the Aces loaded the bases on a single, a walk, a sac bunt that forced a throw to third that was late, consecutive wild pitches, and now they can clear the bases with just a healthy fly ball. Dale at third base, the last of the remaining who loaded the bases. 1-1 the count on Bird. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball through the right side and a right field, a base hit. Jared Dale comes around to score, and the Aces add on 3. It's 11-8 here in the 8th inning. Second RBI of the night for Bird. Gives him 12 on the season. And the Aces are not done yet. Here's Arturo Diasa. And John Diebel will come out. We're going to see a pinch runner here for Greg Bird. That's going to be Jack Ratcliffe. Some speed and some youth on the base paths over at first base.
Yep, and gives Bird a rest as well.
So a good cushion here. We do see a right-hander starting to warm up in the pen for Melbourne. Pitch to Diesla. Outside and low, 1-0. I wouldn't be surprised if they just stick with Ono, too. He did have to throw a lot of pitches, though. And it looked like someone was up, but I believe they've sat down now. 1-0 the count on Diesla. The pitch. Down low, 2-0.
Yeah, I think it was just someone stretching their legs, not throwing, not
getting ready just in case.
Maybe not even that. Maybe just actually literally stretching their legs.
14 hits, by the way, for the Aces tonight. So they've picked up, 31 over the last 2 nights?
Unbelievable.
Only 1 out in the 8th. They can continue to add to that. 2-0. Strike called, 2-1.
Clearly did not think that was a strike.
Well, look at the buckle back in right here. Double play in order still. 2-1. Oh, swing and a miss. This one scoots away from Delgado. A tough inning for him. A handful of wild pitches, and Ratcliffe moves to second. Again, you can't knock someone for not blocking a breaking ball in the dirt, but I think he would like to have those back, at least a couple of them.
2-2.
Daryl George on deck as well. 2-2 the count here.
Fight.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. Diesla went fishing for strike 3. 2 away now. So here's Daryl George. Eventful night for him. A record-breaking homer in the 5th. Maybe he could cap it off with some extra insurance here in the 8th. Ratcliffe at second base. Again, pitch ran for Bird, the DH. So they will not have to make a defensive substitution in the 9th inning. Pitch. Fastball, a strike, 0-1. Reminder, we do have fireworks post-game, so make sure to stick around. We'll be broadcasting those, and then we'll stick around for a post-game interview after that as well. Lots to cover here on an eventful night here at Melbourne Ballpark.
Sure is.
Aces looking to get back to 500. 0-1. Swinging a roller to third. Played in long hop by Kirokawa. His throw across in time to end the inning. Not before the Aces push across 3. On how about this? Just 2 hits. Again, a couple of wild pitches push across a couple of runs. A Greg Bird RBI single caps it. Right into the top of the 9th. Taiki Ono looking to slam the door on an 11-8 victory for the Aces. We'll be back after this here at Melbourne Ballpark.
At Light and Easy, we're fueling the champions. Our ready-to-eat, healthy and delicious meals are the perfect addition to a performance diet. Fuel your passion and your performance. Light and Easy. Eat well and play hard.
Aces lead 11-8, double digits on the scoreboard for them for the second straight night after not doing it through the first 10 games of the season. Look at Taiki Ono looking to pick up the final 3 outs. It wouldn't be a save for him, but instead secure a win on his stat sheet as the Aces pushed across 2 on 2 wild pitches, as well as an RBI single from Greg Bird in a game that has been a marathon, an absolute hike. We're approaching 3.5 hours. It would be fitting if the Aces can slam the door with a nice fireworks show to cap this Friday night. Max Tanzer, Ed Wyatt here. Thank you so much for tuning in. The second of 4 games here in round 4. We'll be back on air tomorrow for a 7 p.m. start for some Saturday night baseball. And Ed, I don't know what to expect after the first 2 games of this one.
I was going to say, if you want to come see a baseball game tomorrow night, these first 2 have been incredible, unbelievable. I think I've said that 5 times tonight. Just remarkable stuff.
Jake Bowie will lead things off, pitch on the way. Strike called 0-1.
Bowie really struggling, 0 for 4 yesterday, as I mentioned, 0 for 4 so far tonight.
Pitch. Swinging a line drive, hard hit into center, a base hit.
There's his hit. And I was about to say, Max, that the way this game's gone, I don't think Perth would think this is out of reach.
Not at all.
Any way.
They have come back from multiple deficits in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm looking at the scoreboard right now, and it does not read like a baseball scoreline. 1 run in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. And then the Aces are all over the place, too. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here on Delgado, the catcher.
He's had a rough night as well, 0 for 4, and obviously those tough plays at the plate.
Just looking to keep the Heat alive. 0-1 is inside. 1-1. For Ono, it was a lengthy first inning of work that came to the 8th, so you got to keep in mind his pitch count is ticking up there. Currently, as we speak, sits at 24 pitches. This will be his 25th. 1-1. Taken for a strike, 1-2.
That's a beauty.
His season high is 38, or make that 25, so he just matched that. That came back on November 18th. That was that Sunday game that he closed out against Canberra, where he also got into some trouble in the 9th inning, but was able to get out of it unscathed. 1-2. Popped up, third base side. Daryl George ranging in the foul ground, giving it a look. It's out of play into the netting. Count will still hold.
There is no action in the bullpen at all, so John Diebel, Peter Moylan hoping, obviously, that Ono can get the job done without having to bring anyone else in. So this is the 4th pitcher used Perth have used 5.
It's been an all-encompassing effort on both sides of the ball tonight. Pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Good stop from Edwards, who's been very good back there. If Ono can slam the door, he would earn his first Australian Baseball League win on top of that. One of the 3 imports from the MPB, the Oryx Buffaloes. And 1 reliever aside the 2 starters in Taito Takashima and Kyosuke Saito. Soft ground ball to second. Macias has it. Takes it the easy way to first. 1 away. To second goes Bowie.
Yep, that first run obviously doesn't mean anything and wouldn't have been a double play anyway. So smart play again by Macias.
Carlos Colmenares will dig in now. A couple of hits for him today. He's reached base 3 times. Aces would get to the 500 mark once again as you get a look at Max Tracy in the dugout. Pitch on the way. Fastball just misses outside, 1-0.
Yeah, he's been busy tonight. Colmenares scored 2 runs on 3 times, as you mentioned. Stole a base, advanced on a wild pitch.
For a lineup that has so much pop in the middle of their lineup, very scrappy towards the bottom. 1-0. Down low, 2-0. They've been all tough outs.
Yeah, you're right. Williams, Colmenares.
His Oryx teammates looking on. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Blew by a fastball. 2-1. This game started back at 7 o'clock. Here we are at 10:40. Jonathan Tripp started it against Jung-Hae Won. The sun was shining bright as you get a look at Tripp.
He didn't have that mustache when the game started.
2-1. Fastball misses upstairs. 3-1.
3-1.
I know, you couldn't see the hair coming out of the back of his cap, right?
No, you don't want to put him on here. Try and give him something to hit. You don't want a free pass.
Jess Williams on deck, top of the lineup looming. Hirokawa in the hole. 3-1. Called strike.
Great pitch.
Colmenares didn't like it. He'll have to battle at 3-2.
I don't know why he didn't like that. That was a beauty of a pitch.
Pitching coach Peter Moylan looking on. As Ono looks to seal this one.
3-2. Fight.
Ono set. Check to second. No one covering. Just looking to reset things here. Payoff. Outside, ball 4. Gives it a little Soto shuffle right there. First and second here with 1 down, and Jess Williams will come to the plate with an opportunity to tie the game with 1 swing.
Jeez.
Had to get 1 more in there, right?
Every inning. Unbelievable.
Williams has not left the yard this year, but came in hitting at a .333 clip. Again, just needs to keep this little rally going here for Perth. And I say little, but they've had a couple of explosive ones already, so not hold them easy as that pitch misses outside, ball 1.
I've just been informed that I've used my limit of unbelievables tonight, so I just need to, if I say it one more time, you
Well, I can't say time and run now. Just did, unfortunately. 1-0 the count. As you can see on your screen, Ono just touched 99. 1-1 is now the count after that's taken for a strike.
Tell you what would be nice here from an Aces perspective, a double play.
Haven't turned one tonight.
No.
Perth did on Mitchell Edwards a couple innings ago. 1-1. Down and in. What a stab by Edwards.
Wow, what a stop. You're right.
Williams getting out of the way on top of that, too. Keeps the double play in order.
We'll see this again.
2-1.
That backhand, how quick was that?
The numbers will go unmeasured with how many balls he stopped tonight, but in a game as tight as this one, they'll add up. Pitch is a strike called. Count even at 2-2.
Especially when you look at the runs the Aces got because Perth didn't block those pitches.
19 runs combined on both sides tonight. 31 runs combined throughout the series. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball with some vicious smoke on that one. It's a big out, number 2. Third strikeout for Ono. The last hope here for the Heat, leadoff hitter Fumiya Karokawa. He's had a flair for the dramatic tonight and this season. Only fitting that he steps to the plate with a chance to knot this game up. He's 2 for 3. He's driven in 3 runs. Hit a clutch grand slam last week in Adelaide on top of that. Bowie at second, Colmenares at first. The pitch is a fastball for a strike, and Ono climbs ahead at 0-1. For Ono now, a season high 28 pitches. Long look in, and out comes set. 0-1. Up and away. Count evens up at 1. Correction, that's now 40 pitches for Ono. Looking to complete, well, a gutsy 2 innings, an important 2 innings, and a clean 2 innings. 1-1. Up and away, 2-1. Everybody back into the outfield again. It's the batter of the plate right now that matters in Karokawa. Two 2-1. Just a little bit high, maybe outside as well. 3-1.
Yeah, just outside, I think.
Mr. Australian Baseball, Tim Kennelly on deck.
Oh, boy. That is not something you want if you're an Aces fan.
3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. The plot thickens. The bases are loaded. Here with 2 down, and here comes Kennelly. Mitch Edwards will head to the mound, and here comes pitching coach Peter Moylan as well. One, I think, just to slow things down. Japanese translator Riki Tokunaga out to help on top of that. No one throwing in the Aces bullpen, but some stretching beginning.
Yeah, you're right. There is. Billy Parsons, I think, up walking around. Warming up. Cameron Gibbons. None are throwing, but they're sort of exercising, limbering up. So, you know, this could go another inning. You never know.
You never know with this one.
Could need a pitcher here. We're just not sure. Oh, boy.
Bowie at third, Colmenares at second, and Karokawa over at first base. Kennelly, the ABL's all-time leader in games played, and hits, home runs, and runs batted in, digs in, representing the go-ahead run at the plate. Aces lead 11-8 with the bases loaded. 2 outs here to the 9th. Ono's pitch. Fastball just outside, 1-0.
It's 11-8, so you can get away with giving up 2 runs. You don't want to, but obviously you can. 3 even, but you can still win the thing if only 2 runs score here and you get the next person out.
1-0. Breaking ball down and away, 2-0. After Kennelly, it'll be John Diaz, then Alex Hall if it gets that far. Aaron Whitefield in center, basically playing on the cut of the grass in front of the track. 370 to center, just trying to make sure he can knock anything down that flirts with the wall. Pitch is a strike poured in. 2-1.
It's a very good pitch. This was always a little risky, wasn't it? We talked about Ono and how many pitches he's thrown this season in a game. But John Diebel and Peter Moreland just hoping he can get through this and get Kennelly out here.
This will be pitch number 48. His previous season high was 25. 2-1 is popped up on the infield. Antonis Macias behind the bag will make the catch to end the ball game. That one was up towards the light towers, but it lands in the glove of Antonis Macias to punctuate one of the wackier, wilder ball games you will ever see. Aces win it 11-8, and you could check off almost any box of a ball game you could ever ask for. Daryl George breaks the Aces all-time home run record. We see several home runs on both sides of the ball, multiple lead changes, multiple deficits overcome, and a gutsy, intense ninth inning. And what a ball game tonight. And we got fireworks coming up after this.
Yeah, I mean, we can't make that same joke about fireworks on the field, fireworks after the game. But that was something special. And again, just shows you the Aces are back. Happy to be back home. Happy to be playing these games.
We'll step aside for the fireworks. When we come back, we'll have a post-game interview for you. Aces win it 11-8. Time to celebrate here at Melbourne Ballpark. You could feel the energy here. It's fitting that we had fireworks night here on what was a dramatic victory. One of the big moments, Daryl George becoming the Aces all-time home run king, and we're joined with Daryl right now. Daryl, congratulations, 40 home runs, the most by any player in Aces history. How does it feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Thanks, mate.
Did you know that it was the record-breaking home run when it went down?
I actually forgot about it, but everyone's been talking about it recently, so yeah, it was cool just to get it out of the way.
Just reflecting back on your Aces career, what does it mean for you to have a moment like this, especially with how much time you've spent with this organization?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. Yeah, it's just really cool. My first home run with the Melbourne Aces was a wall scraper, so it was pretty fitting that tonight was the same thing. It's been a fun journey. Really enjoyed it.
What was this game like tonight? I mean, so many twists and turns. It's fitting we had a fireworks night afterwards as well. What are you feeling after a game as eventful as this one? Yeah,
just need a rest, man. Just an absolute roller coaster ride. Too much adrenaline, so up and down. But Perth are a really good quality team, so... yeah, nice. So yeah, sorry, I forgot the question, man.
You were all good. You got a great standing ovation when they announced that was the record-breaking home run in front of a big crowd here tonight as you enjoy some popcorn. What did it mean to you to do this in front of a home crowd, and what do these fans here in Melbourne mean to you?
It was awesome, man. Growing up 15 minutes down the road, it's just cool. Just cool, loving it.
Once again, the Aces home run king, Daryl George. Daryl, congratulations. Enjoy this one with your teammates.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. See ya.
Aces win this one by a final score of 11-8. Dramatic fashion. So many twists and turns. Fireworks night to cap it off as well. They've won 2 in a row, now 4 in a row here at home, and they get back to the 500 mark. It's just getting started. We got 2 more in this series. We get back on the airwaves tomorrow night at 6:50. The Heat and the Aces Saturday night. We'll be back in just 24 hours.